You guys clap or you don't?
You're drunk.
You are
drunk.
I am very drunk.
We gotta start watching you on Thursdays.
You know what? I'm
too far.
This is the first time. No, you know what? This is the second time I've been drunk, and the entire time I've ever been here.
That is absolutely.
That's not true.
That is absolutely not true at all.
That's the intro. I don't care. I'll call it that one more time. That is the intro right there.
No, it's absolutely true.
So
I've only broken a
second
lamp in
floor
this residence.
Yeah, only a.
I only broke the lamp that one time.
All right.
What do you take me for?
Some sort of lamp breaker.
What's up, guys? It's the Friendly Fire Podcast, episode 24.
Yeah.
Is it the... Actually, I'm going to keep that to myself. Never mind.
What?
The Kobe Podcast.
God damn it.
Yes, I said it.
Worth likes making weird basketball quotes.
None of these listeners watch
Way to
basketball.
ruin the intro.
It's a basketball podcast.
It's not a basketball podcast.
It's not a basketball podcast, but it's just...
Unless we're going to talk about 2K.
Which is not even coming out anytime soon.
Is it seriously? Did they cancel that?
No, I'm just saying it's not coming out anytime.
It's like 6 months.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like.
Speaking of coming out, how
Jesus
about
Christ.
you, Earth? When's your date?
I can't answer that.
So I'm Logan.
Disco.
I'm Nate.
Josh.
Drew.
Patrick.
Pat, can I take this bottle cap out of my eye?
And
Yeah, I've
fuck
been
Sean.
telling you that for a while.
Well,
Yeah, is this the second week in a row Sean's been gone?
Second week in a row, the
Yeah.
Sean's been gone.
How long can we keep him away?
You have right.
However long we keep stealing his babysitters away.
That's true.
Yeah.
Take
Look-
it for the team.
Yeah.
Little does he know, all of his babysitters are here supporting Friendly Fire.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Would be
Wait,
nice.
none of us are responsible for watching children, even the father that's in this room right now.
Where's your child?
Every time I'm around the baby, I'm just like, what do I do? I just...
What do I do with my hands?
So I've been playing Elder Scrolls, obviously.
Were you?
Obviously.
That's what the O stands for?
Obviously, he
Elder
means,
Scrolls, obviously.
He means unfortunately.
No,
Yes,
no.
Logan, no.
Love some Elder Scrolls.
I
These
enjoy
games
the
so
game.
Fun.
I enjoy the game.
Better than The Division.
But what? You're just
Whoa.
wrong.
Nah, it's so good. But also played The Division, except for when the fucking dailies decided to just stop working.
No, that is when you played it, and you didn't play it when they fixed everything.
I did play a couple days without the dailies, and I was like, this is pointless.
I was kind of frustrated when that happened, because that was
Yeah,
like,
that's,
that
a,
was
whole,
like the
that's
one,
a whole other thing.
that was like the one time in the week I was able to play,
Yeah.
and yeah.
So no, everything's back on. I just haven't done the incursion yet. We do need to get people on for the incursion this weekend, so.
Yes,
we're
for sure.
doing that, so.
Yeah, I want people who don't suck.
That's very true.
Hey now.
I would like... No, I'm saying I want people I can tell what to do, not
We need
people
a team.
who are fucking dumb shits who just rush at enemies who are 10 times stronger than them and die, and then I'm just like, well, I guess we lose.
I did beat my first challenge mission instead of just doing the hard missions with Disco's help. Yeah,
I showed him a trick. How to
we
beat
totally skipped half the fight. It was awesome.
So you guys are satisfied with the new update then?
I haven't played the new
I, being the only one in this room who has played the update,
ESO isn't going to play itself.
am
God damn it, Logan.
greatly satisfied. They basically took the amount... Okay, when I started playing the game, there wasn't a lot of end game stuff to do. You had your challenging missions, your daily hard missions, and Dark Zone. Well, with this new update, they added daily assignments, which give you rewards for, say, Dark Zone experience, or Phoenix credit rewards, or crafting material rewards. Then they also have a weekly assignment, which has the first one that they released. Obviously, we're only in one week into the weekly assignments, so the first one had 4 different requirements that you had to meet. I've completed 2.5 of them. There's one that is complete so many hard missions, deconstruct so many green items, kill so many cleaners in the Dark Zone, and something else. I don't know, but it forces you to play every aspect of the game to complete this mission, which is a really good thing to keep people coming back to the game. It helps people have rewards for stuff to do things, You feel like you're actually accomplishing something. They added the tier sets for the gear. They added the new incursion. They brought back daily hard missions. They brought back daily challenging missions. I mean,
And this was all for free, correct?
everything was for free. They even when we first found out about this new incursion, there was a little thing that showed up on the map for the new incursion. Guess what? There's another one there. They added one. There's another one on the map.
So they're already kind of
They're
planning
already
out the next
planning
thing.
out the next free incursion.
I would assume the incursions
2
would
free
be free
incursions in a row.
because the paid DLC should be rolling out fairly soon. I think within the next
They said
I think
probably
it's
month or two.
Yeah,
said
probably,
June.
I would assume
Like,
like next, I would say May would be when
They
a
said
good time
June.
or June.
I just said they
Okay,
said,
well, I'm sorry.
Listen, worth.
but
That's amazing.
I mean, it
though.
doesn't matter. These free updates that give you a shitload of more stuff to do, it keeps you coming back to the game, which is something you want. You want to be able to take a game that you spent $60 on and be able to continuously play it without feeling like you're wasting your time.
Yep, and that's something that I think we can all agree that Destiny failed to do.
It did.
So
I mean, you would come back to Destiny and it just felt like you were going through the motions to maybe get gear. Like, you'd go out into the world and try and collect, what do they call them? Those stupid little orbs. And they would maybe get you a piece of gear that you enjoyed. 90% of the time it was pure garbage that you just got rid of.
I'm just interested to see if the Division holds up in like 6 months.
Oh, I'm sure it would.
I want it to. I really enjoy it. I think we all do. But
I'm with you. I would love to see what their first DLC is. I already paid for it. I actually, for once, did buy the season pass.
yeah.
And just because the beta was really well done, and I decided it was worth taking the risk on. I mean, if they let me down, I'll never buy a game like this again. But if they don't let me down, I am going to be very happy.
well, if they keep releasing content the way that they do, I mean, it's likely that a lot
So
of people
far, so good.
It's been great. Everything about the Division has been great. They've had like 2 days of technical issues, but aside from that, the game has been completely
I'm not even
solid.
100% sure that those were technical issues so much as they just didn't prepare for the weekend before they released that update.
Right.
A lot of people wanted some Phoenix credits, and that would be the time. where
Dude, the Reddit
biggest
page was blowing up.
I get
Oh,
it,
yeah.
but at
They
the
were
same
bitching.
time, what were you going to spend those Phoenix credits on?
Well, I don't know. That's the whole point, is to have that backlog of hundreds of credits that you could potentially have to try to be ready.
Well, it wouldn't have
I
been
think that's what-
hundreds.
Well, it depends on how much you had saved up.
It would
prior
have
to that.
been-
It could have been 200 or 300.
It would have been 100 if there was 2 days, right, where they didn't have them.
There was
Or was
3
it
or
3?
4.
I think
possibly.
it
It was
Yeah,
like it was like
4.
Thursday to
It was
Monday.
about-
or
it was
something.
about
If it was
4 days.
If it was
Like-
4 days, you would have gotten 240 credits. So yeah, that's a pretty good amount. But at the same time, the new update gave you a whole bunch of new gear that you needed to get anyways, and you couldn't purchase it with Phoenix credits.
What do you think, Drew?
So-
Do you agree?
So you're telling me that you can't spend these Phoenix credits on hookers and blow?
Unfortunately,
No.
Well, why the fuck are we playing this game?
You're not playing with it.
You're telling me you can do that in
That's
PvC?
fair.
So you can't,
Absolutely, you
you
can.
can't
can?
spend Phoenix credits in PvZ. It's weird.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Sorry, Drew.
You get them. You get them.
Well, anyway, we have more to get into on that topic later,
Yeah,
as
we'll
far
come
as
back
like the
later.
Division goes. But
That's pretty much everything I played. I think.
Okay.
That's mostly
Yeah.
what it is. And Rocket League and all the other fucking games I play all the time. And Quantum Break. I don't know if I talked about.
Oh, yeah, you
I
did
didn't.
Quantum-
Did I talk
yeah.
about Quantum Break last week?
No,
Yeah,
we didn't
not
talk about
really.
Quantum Break at
Oh,
all last week.
Quantum Break. I played that. It's awesome.
Time.
It's
Really
really cool.
Space. Iceman.
If you, yes, Iceman's in it, and so
I
is
know
Littlefinger
Iceman's in it.
from
or
Thrones.
or
Or-
Jake
or-
from the Animorphs, depending on
Sticky
how well
Fingers.
you know
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah.
Yeah.
What- what-
Yeah.
what are the Sticky Fingers from-
Yeah, no, it's Sticky
God,
Fingers.
Shut up. But no, it's if you like story-driven games, if you like to kind of explore an area and just like to look
It's-
around about stuff.
It's getting stellar reviews.
yeah, it's got like
It's getting mediocre
It's got
reviews.
mediocre
Yeah.
reviews.
it's
Let's
getting
be
about
real.
7 and 8 on
That's
average. That's pretty good. That's a solid release, I'd say.
if
It's-
Call
it's-
of Duty
it's
is a 9
decent.
out of 10, then what does
We're
that
not talking
really
about
mean?
IGN, okay?
No.
We're talking about Metacritic.
Seven
What does
is
that
usually
really
a
mean?
good score.
Yeah,
Like,
so no.
It's weird looking.
Reviews
Most
aside.
most people are gonna play a game if it gets a 5 or above.
Like, I'm not even trying to, like, wink at it. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
it's sitting there
Me,
right
me
now.
and Pat have been
I
passing
literally
around-
am, like, full, like, I'm...
We
like,
need to put
oh,
these
there
clips
it
on
goes.
our.
Hold on,
YouTube
hold on. No, like
video.
before we go any further, Pat made a bet with me to if I can hold a beer bottle cap in my eye for the entire length of the podcast, he'd pay me $20.
Unfortunately, he already lost.
You last like 6 minutes.
Well, no.
No, I just lost.
Pat was telling me to like. He's like, give me the bottle cap. He's like motioning with his hand, and I gave it to him. And now he's not even wearing it anymore. So god damn it, Pat.
Both lost. Give me $20 each.
Oh, I want $20.
You owe everyone in the podcast $20.
$20.
Wirt does, right? Not me.
But Quantum Break
Sure.
is good. If you like Alan Wake, you'll love Quantum Break. The time powers are really fun.
I didn't know you're a rapper.
Is it like
Alan Wake, Quantum Break.
is it like Max Payne,
Ooh.
like Matrix powers, or is it?
No, it's because Max Payne was only slowing down when you would dodge.
Oh, it's
This
not bullet time.
No, it's not bullet time.
It's not
You
bullet
can
time.
create like a time bubble to stop incoming bullets. You can freeze the enemies so you can get like basically free shots at them. I haven't unlocked every. I don't know if I've unlocked every power yet. I'm not sure. I only got to like the first like main chapter, like out of 5.
Can I ask you a personal question?
What?
No, I'm serious. This is between me and him.
Okay.
What up? What
Okay.
up, Pat? And everybody listening. But what's up?
Quantum Break or Deus Ex?
Oh, Day 6.
Yep, there you be.
That's just because I love.
No, I mean like power based because you can
Oh,
do
no.
time based like ridiculous shit in
Not
Deus
really in Day 6. No. No,
can
you
do
have bad
some
info, I
ridiculous
think.
stuff.
The console version of Quantum Break has actually been getting better reviews than the PC version because I heard Microsoft limited it on PC, and the fact that it's only available on Windows 10.
Limited.
I do think they're trying to build a platform for Windows 10. So it's just like any other person trying to have their.
And I agree with Microsoft doing that, to try and further their market share in terms of
Well, Windows 10.
getting
Get
people
Windows 10,
more
right?
interested in that platform. But in terms of the difference between what the console has been getting versus the PC, Xbox One has gotten a 77 on Metacritic, and the PC version has gotten a 70. And I
That's
think
not bad.
it's not bad.
I would take a 7 out of 10 game. That's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I don't think.
It's decent. Like I wanted to check it out. I wanted to get it on launch. Unfortunately, funds are a problem at the moment.
It happens.
When
you buy a house.
You just bought a house.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're not
maybe-
supposed to say that on the podcast.
Well, maybe I can do some tricks on the side.
Yeah,
Hopefully, so you guys know me. Hit me up. I'd like to get some money to buy some games.
They'll do
so,
things.
Don't slow that hustle, man.
Yeah.
We should start a Friendly Fire Kickstarter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Strippers and hookers will be allowed.
Well, shit.
We just have to post pictures of it.
I mean, if
There you
Ant Simulator can get money and spend it on hookers and liquor, why can't I get some money to play Witcher 3 and some other stuff?
I said hookers and strippers. I meant hookers and liquor.
Hookers and
That's Quantum
Well,
Break.
hookers and strippers, sure.
That's
yeah.
everything.
They are a different profession.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Disco, what have you
They're
playing?
both working girls.
I have played The Division.
And Hearthstone.
I played a little bit more Division, and then I thought about it and decided to play more Division.
One Piece Treasure Cruise.
and
And then after I finished
There was
Division,
absolutely pure confidence.
I played Rocket League for 2 games,
Woo!
and then after I beat somebody 20 to 1 one-on-one, I went back to the
Which you didn't fucking record, you son of a bitch. You
What the
should have
hell?
I
recorded
got
that.
bullshit. There's
can
20
literally-
to 1. Are you
20
serious?
to 1 and you didn't
I mean,
record.
after
You're
5
dead
goals,
to me.
he
Oh my
pretty
god,
much
I
just-
beat him like
I know
infinity
that.
to nothing,
I'm
guys.
just telling
He
you.
pretty much just quit. But
The most I've ever done is like 8 to fucking 1.
all right, well, get on my level then.
I scored like infinity
Yeah, well,
goals.
you know what?
I'm
Hey, you know what?
just saying.
Yes.
Video or it didn't happen,
20 to
so
1.
should have
That is
recorded
ridiculous.
it. That's all I
Somebody
have to
would have
say.
recorded
My,
that.
my special power is that I have all the powers.
I would have recorded it if I cared about the game, but after 5 goals and he stopped playing, it wasn't really meaning anything.
It doesn't matter. You should have still recorded it.
Whatever. I don't fucking care about your lives.
Ouch.
Yeah, we're all friends here.
Say that's your basically coworkers, if you want to call it that.
Fuck all of you. I
Stop
played-
playing Hearthstone.
Played some Hearthstone. I actually regained my rank, which is good.
But do you care anymore?
No, it continuously infuriates me.
After you said you would stop playing it last week.
Well, I got up to a rank 15, and I was like, "Ooh yeah!" And then I just lost and lost and lost again, and it just drives me insane.
That-
because Reno Jackson is the dumbest goddamn card that they have ever fucking made.
That's what Hearthstone does. Is it builds you up, and you're like, yeah, baby, yeah, and then it's just like limp dick.
Blue balls.
Yeah.
Look, he's down
That's
to 4 HP. I'm about to win the match.
Okay, here's a
Maybe
perfect
Jackson.
example. Remember last week I said I couldn't even beat Card Draw Rogue with a Face Hunter? Well, let's just go ahead and throw this in there. I played a guy who on turn fucking goddamn 2 played an 8/8 minion. 8/8. That shouldn't
We know
be
what that means.
possible.
God,
They don't know.
Fucking, I know, right?
It shouldn't be possible.
8v8 minion.
Half of this room knows what that means.
I know
what
some of these words.
Essentially,
So
what it
imagine 8
means.
attack and 8 defense, and you can't kill it until you actually do 8 damage to it. On turn 2, which normally you can do 2, maybe 3 attack minions.
4
at,
tops if you're playing
at the
mage.
very max, 4 attack damage.
And even then, it's random.
Okay.
So the fact of the matter is he got
You're nerdy
the
enough to know
perfect
that.
hand, the perfect hand to play against me, and I don't know why, but it happens every goddamn game.
It's just because you suck
And
at
it all
Hearthstone.
hurts
you.
It's not though. I mean, how do you get the perfect hand? You play a deck and you have this ideal hand that you want, but you never seem to get it.
That's what happens every time.
But
See,
every
board
time I
games.
play somebody, they get the perfect goddamn hand.
Remember booster battles? When you whooped our ass in booster battles half the time?
Well, that was magic, and this is
No.
Uh.
That's called come look at the draw every single time.
magic is different.
Mystic.
Is that what you've been playing then?
Mystic.
Yeah, I played
No.
the Division a whole shitload. Played Hearthstone and a tiny bit of Treasure Cruise and some
Hello Kitty.
Of
some
course.
Rocket League. Played good.
course.
I actually played a good amount of Rocket League this week.
Well, we've been told
Nice.
we're all fucking useless for not playing the division. So.
yeah, you all are.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some of us work.
Get
a
on my
shit
level.
ton. I can't get on your level.
I should.
You know what? You could sacrifice sleep.
I could,
Why-
but
but
why
why would you
would
do
I?
that?
How many hours a night are you sleeping?
5 to 6 if I'm.
That's what I
4 and a
sleep
half.
every single day. So get on my level.
No.
He has a kid though, that doesn't count. He has a
Worth.
kid.
What have you been playing?
I played some Rocket League this week with you guys, and well,
Did you ram them every 5 seconds?
Of course,
That is
it,
worse.
it wouldn't be me if I didn't play.
Basically,
or if I, yeah, it wouldn't be me.
It wouldn't be me
didn't
if
do
I didn't ram dudes.
that. God damn it! No, yeah, I played.
Nice.
I played Rocket League with you guys, and my brother hopped on. He just got the game, so I decided to play a few games with him, and played a little bit of the Division.
Were you better than him?
I don't know. I don't keep track. I don't care about my skill level in that game. I just play it.
Did you swipe right?
So that mostly sounds like you
God.
weren't better than him.
Damn it, Drew.
And that he turned on the game and was better than you.
No, I was getting more goals than he was. That's for sure.
All right, good.
Yeah, like he just got the game. He hasn't figured out like anything about the flying mechanics, and which I'm not saying that I got those down either.
We can't talk. We talked about flying for like half an hour.
Half an
earlier.
hour.
A
Yeah.
heated debate. We cannot start that here.
Yeah.
There's been too many Rocket League debates.
Yeah, there's
in this
oh,
apartment.
it's such a simple game, and it's like tearing us apart.
It almost broke into violence earlier.
Yeah.
I think so.
But yeah, no, I played.
You know
Rocket.
what? It needs to break into violence.
No.
So we should settle
No.
this. Just fucking fist
But no,
fighting.
But yeah, no, I played Rocket League, and I
Just
played.
play that like elevator music for like 10 minutes. In the middle of
Don't
the
you
podcast.
wish you had Rocket Labs?
Mortal Kombat!
Or that, or just play Mortal Kombat. theme.
And then I played.
Everyone comes back and like, we're doing a podcast because everyone's so freaking.
like our jaws are hanging off by a limb.
Yeah.
and just-
Faces all beat up.
Shit
Yeah.
each other.
That's the way I want to see it.
I played Division for a little bit earlier this week, before when they were having the problems with the daily missions and stuff like that.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with you guys playing when there's all these problems?
I don't
know
know.
how that works.
And then as soon as they fix everything and make it 10 times better, you're like, well, we'll probably
Hey,
take it.
I got like school shit going on.
I just
so
really
I'm
want to
also
play ESO. I have no
Fucking
excuse. I
cares.
just really
I'm
want
pulling
to.
12 to 14 hour shifts and getting 6 hours of sleep, so I would rather.
That's
sleep.
more sleep than me.
That's like 3 or 4 hours of game time you could have in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, off 2 hours of sleep. I'm
Yeah.
already gonna be regret tomorrow morning.
Wait. You're saying 12 to 14 hour shift and 6 hours of sleep. You're at 18 to 20 hours.
Plenty of time for games.
That means that there's 4 hours left in the day. Where are those 4 hours going, Josh?
They're going to be sleeping, Disco.
Then that would mean you're sleeping 10 hours a day. And
Are
you're
you
lying to our
doing? Are you
faces.
doing coke? How are you
Are you
awake?
doing coke?
How do you stay awake?
It's called caffeine.
We'll get you an Adderall prescription, then it'll be good to go.
You know what? Actually,
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'd argue with you.
We don't control drug use. Worth is that even play?
That's all I've been playing. Yeah, just
Josh, what have you
Rocket
been
League and
playing?
Division.
Okay, so I haven't really been playing a whole lot this week, but I'm just gonna go off of what I've
It's
been
12
playing.
to 14 hour shifts.
Exactly. So I'll go off what I've been playing recently.
He's a busy man.
The Division,
What? No, you haven't even been on Division.
I
You
got-
haven't been playing it because you haven't been on it.
I got on for 2 hours before the update dropped.
like Friday.
I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Before I started working on this stupid show. So anyway, so the Division, I actually tested out Killer Instinct the other day.
I
Giggity.
saw that actually. Yeah.
That fucking game is sweet.
I'm not gonna lie.
Fucking
For a fighting
awesome.
game,
It's pretty fun.
it's
Yeah.
legit.
Ridiculous.
I
I bought
played
that
it a
for the
lot
video.
when the Xbox One released, since it was a release.
That
game.
soundtrack is stupid.
I played it quite a bit, and I was actually winning 75% of my matches online, which was interesting for me on a fighter because that's never happened.
2 words.
I
Ultra
learned
combo.
I learned how to
Ultra
do
combo.
I learned how to-
Ultra combo.
well, the big,
That-
combo.
That enough. No, you can't
the big
even try
thing
to
about
do
Killer
that voice.
Instinct is your crossovers.
Ultra.
Crossovers are a big deal in Killer Instinct.
Yeah, it's so good.
Which isn't it? I think the only other game crossovers are really big in is Street Fighter. Most of the other fighters don't really have a big emphasis on crossovers.
Street
I-
Fighter does,
I
and
know
Marvel
Mortal
does
Kombat
too.
doesn't. Mortal Kombat
No,
has
Street Fighter has like
almost no
not as
crossover.
hardcore as Killer
It-
Instinct does.
Mortal
but
Kombat 10 was put a lot more emphasis on cross-ups.
Yeah, but even then, they
But-
didn't really like. It wasn't an emphasis. It wasn't like you should do that to have good combos. Like, whereas Killer Instinct, if you want to have like a 30-hit combo, you better be doing your cross-ups. Or
Killer
crossovers,
Instinct is
whatever
that
they're called.
medium between Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom.
I agree.
Because
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom, you could be like, guess what? I can kill a person in one combo. And you're like, oh, I'm not good at this game at all.
I had a lot of fun. playing.
Especially when you throw your controller up against the ceiling, Pat.
No, that never happened. I swear.
I like.
It
I
still
liked
works.
Killer Instinct.
I'm just saying, it still
I'm
works.
glad you tried it out because
I mean, I would really consider buying the seasons for it. I'm just kind of holding off right now.
do not
I'm
do
holding
that.
off. I'm holding off.
play it for free. Don't.
I only have one character right now.
I bought the game. I mean, well, you can buy the game if you want to buy the game. Go ahead. and do
See,
that. It's
I
like
only
20
have
that's-
one character, but they put it for free. It's the demo
Yeah, you
version
get
is
you get
essentially
Django
free.
for free.
You get Django for free. That's
But
it.
you can
It's-
buy the game
It's
and get
J-
every
it's
character.
Jago.
I think
not
they did
Django.
season
Whatever.
1 for free on Games with Gold a while back.
So
Yeah,
okay,
like-
is
I
that
think
is,
they
but
did.
is that game full price?
No,
Yes.
It was $20. No. It was $20.
They had
Okay.
tiers too.
Okay, okay,
No,
that,
when it
that
released to get the full game, it was $20.
Okay, I thought there was like a
So-
free, then a 20, then a 40. Or
There was
Okay, so
something where you
that-
could
There
buy
is
like
now.
all the customizations or something.
Yeah, there's these different ways to buy it.
You can
that
get-
makes more sense
Yeah.
because if they were releasing that game for $60 at release with as little content as it had,
It was
Yeah,
literally
that's a fucking rip-off.
100% online fighter.
There-
There was no single player at all.
yeah.
They're releasing season 1 and 2 for $60 right now, but
Too
season
expensive.
3 is available.
Way too expensive.
Season 3
Do
is
not do
available.
that.
Yeah.
Do not do that. Wait,
You can-
I
buy the
paid
full
the
version.
$20 for the game when it first released just so I could get the extra characters. I would not pay another $40 for the 5 characters they've added since then.
Just-
No way.
What is this, Destiny?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Not as bad as Destiny.
Yeah.
Because the
Well,
season
I
passes
don't
that
know.
they're adding for Killer Instinct are just characters. That's all they are.
No,
Fuck 'em.
You do get the Arbiter in the new season.
That's true.
you do get the Arbiter,
legit.
yeah, which is cool.
So besides Killer Instinct
Those are good.
and The Division when able, I've completely dropped off of Mass Effect, unfortunately.
God damn it, Josh.
I like how you didn't
What are you
even
doing
make it-
here?
You didn't even make it halfway through the
doing?
best one.
You know what? You fucks encouraged me to get a fucking Xbox One, and I got an Xbox One, and it's consuming every bit of my
That's
spare
still
time.
no excuse to not play Mass Effect. I don't
Oh,
care.
so fuck yourself!
I don't care if you had
It's
lost an
true.
arm. No excuses not playing Mass Effect.
If there's a guy that can compete in fighting games by using only his face to control the controller, you can play Mass Effect.
I played a guy who played Guitar Hero with 3 fingers. You can do this.
There's a guy who
It's
got
a
to level
good
100 in
series.
World of Warcraft using a dance pad. You can play Mass
A
Effect.
dance.
There's a guy who
Really?
got to level 100
Yes.
in World of Warcraft by
No,
only
no.
mining. You can do this.
Josh, speaking of that, I remember that video that you sent me a while back of that guy that finished a challenging Destiny raid using a dance pad. Or no. It was
It was a
drum
rock
set.
band.
It was a
It
drum
was
set,
a
rock band drum set.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was a rock
god!
band
Like,
drum set.
what the?
So
Ridiculous.
no more
Man.
fucking excuses. Play Mass Effect.
God damn it.
It's all about the story, man. Come on.
I'm
You're a
it's
big
something I'm
hoarder,
excited
like,
for,
you're
but
a big story guy.
you guys are pulling me
I'm
apart here.
serious.
You're like, play Division, play PvZ, no one
No,
plays
play
these
Mass
games
Effect.
with me.
Yeah, play all
and then
of them.
They will all diss on
play
it.
Mass Effect.
I guarantee you everyone would
You guys
rather
think I
have you
just-
play Mass Effect instead of
I will
You
Mass
guys
say-
just think I have this infinite
Me
fucking
personally,
amount
I
of
will say
time?
I would rather have him finish Mass Effect.
Me too.
You may not have an infinite amount of time, but I did hear you say that you had 4 hours you aren't using per day.
You mean for sleep?
No, I counted your sleep.
8 hours.
You said you were sleeping 6 hours and you were working.
That's a good Mass
14
Effect time.
hours. That's 20 hours.
That's
There's
good
still
Mass
4
Effect
hours
time.
left of the
Yeah,
day.
that's good Mass Effect time.
You don't need to eat or anything else. Just
Yeah,
Mass
no
Effect.
bathroom,
Or
like
shit.
every
You
once
get
in a
4
while.
hours
Well,
a day. You
okay.
get done in like
2
First
words.
of all,
week and a
who
half.
doesn't shit on
Doritos.
company time?
That's one word.
Second
but
of
it doesn't
all,
matter.
why aren't you eating while playing? There's no excuses at this point.
2 words.
Poop on company time, eat while playing.
Colostomy bag.
My god.
Drew, what have you been playing?
Colostomy bags, I guess.
Cut to it.
I've been playing the one game nobody plays.
Oh,
PvZ,
Jesus.
GW2.
Here we go.
Garden.
You haven't played since then.
Here we
You
go.
haven't played.
I played
you
earlier
have.
this week.
I saw
yeah,
you
and
play.
I was using the.
I saw you play.
with
Electro
you.
Star or whatever it was.
When?
I would say 2 weeks ago. I played with you.
No,
It's 2 weeks.
Me and
It's 2 weeks.
Drew and
We did a
Sean
podcast
played. We played
last
a little
week.
bit this week because I was trying out the Electro
A
Star
little
or
bit.
whatever.
I'm also on an internet connection that blows donkey dick.
That is true. You were not your actual
So-
place of residence.
Yeah. So
Hey, think of this. You're going to have to pay for your own fucking internet soon.
I know.
It's a rough life.
It's good. It's gonna be.
You're not going to be able to piggyback off mine anymore.
No, I'm sure not.
right.
I'm gonna get baller internet though.
Yes.
No, I've been playing.
Beware, it's $100 a month.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Why is it
If you want
job?
that quality.
sacrifices.
Technically, you could probably get the cheaper one for $7.
I do premium.
Yeah.
I do premium.
I do that.
It's not that bad.
There you go.
Yeah, Plants vs Zombies, which we need to get together and play. We need like
Saturday.
4 people. Like I want a 4-person team to play PvZ. Like
Saturday.
like Garden Warfare OG
Infinity
days.
mode.
Yeah, dude.
Saturday.
yeah.
Infinity
I
mode.
should have my multi-USB thing to record effectively. We could record this.
Let's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
I could do it.
roll.
I could probably do it Saturday night or Saturday evening, just
Yeah,
not
man.
during the day.
Let's fucking
like it,
roll
yeah.
on Saturday.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
I don't have
We're
a
gonna
game,
play
so.
The Division. We're gonna play Battleborn. We're gonna play Doom, and we're gonna play Garden.
Oh, yeah, the
Are
Doom
gonna play
beta.
Doom beta.
And Doom.
Wait,
fuck
I got
yes.
one more. Hang on, I gotta
We're
talk
gonna
about
play
what I want.
all 5 of those games. This
Skipping you.
That's
Yes.
gonna be fucking awesome. I'm
Probably gonna
so
be,
excited
like,
to play the Doom
Everyone
beta.
knows I've been playing.
I fucking.
I got.
We
I
can
got,
have these topics in a minute.
I
I
got
didn't
40.
pre-order it.
I got like 40 free games on my 40 free gigs on my hard drive because I fucking got rid of Black Ops 3 because fuck that game.
Good man.
About
Yes.
time.
Finally.
We're proud of you.
Fuck
I'm gonna
off.
retroactively say something else I played. I played some Master Chief Collection this week.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I played,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I played some Big Team. It was so fun. Oh.
Which game, Big Team?
I played Halo 3 mostly.
Well, that was the best Big Team, so I'll give
Yeah,
you that.
yeah, it was good. So played some fucking.
I don't know.
What was the side-
Big Team
side
Battle
hunter
Clan
remake?
Wars from Halo 2 was pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, playing some Waterworks
Yeah.
down in the cave.
Tons
yeah.
of Waterworks Assault. Wonderful.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized I didn't want to forget.
All right,
Drew
what's-
doesn't even play.
Hijacking my shit.
I know. I'm sorry.
I've been
Halo.
playing Rocket League, Xbox One, and PC version.
Oh, damn.
PC Master Race.
Yeehaw.
I've been playing some of those Rocket Lab maps, which are
Yeah.
incredible and free.
Woo.
They're just
Like PC
If they
only?
wouldn't have
Are they
been
PC
free,
only, or are they
that
on?
would have been a fucking like it would have been a travesty.
I'm super stoked and good on Psyonix for making them free because those maps
because they
are.
made $220 million profit, and they probably could have afforded it.
It's a great
Don't
company
get
who
mad.
made a
It's
great
fun
game.
fucking game.
Props
I'm
to
not saying
them.
it's a fun fucking game. I'm saying that they made so much profit.
Okay.
Why would they
again?
continue
Oh
to charge
my
you?
Because you're
But-
jealous
God.
that they
But
Okay, enough.
No. All I'm saying
Enough.
is I'm glad they released them for free.
Props to them
It
for
was
making new modes and new maps that have added to the game and made it fresh.
Perfect.
And I've had a lot of awesome experiences with these new maps and stuff, and they're just really cool. I'm stoked for them to come out on Xbox One.
Basketball
I'm not sure.
mode?
Eventually.
Yeah, basketball mode is coming soon. I'm not sure when the Rocket Lab stuff is coming, but it's gonna be sweet.
Rocket Labs is amazing.
I would love to see some stuff in the regular rotation of game. Where
Yeah.
just, like add new maps straight to.
Dude, and it's like you
your-
never know what you get with Rocket Labs. It's
Well, one of
always
the things
different.
that I think they need to do is incorporate this into a ranked mode.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm not a big fan of the. Well, you know what? Now that I talk about it, does the rank mode really mean anything?
No.
Not really.
No.
It makes your penis bigger.
Nah,
Yeah.
Fact.
It's a proven fact.
So
It's
I mean,
science.
what does it really matter? But it would be nice if there was a ranked play mode of these kinds of things.
There might be, I guess.
Like there's the the unranked playlist where they add the mods and stuff.
The Mutator Mashup and Rocket Labs don't have ranked modes on PC.
But why couldn't they?
I mean, they
They
could.
might work
It's
them in
just,
eventually.
maybe.
I'm talking about like hardcore crossover. They already did PC and PS4, so
I just think that it wouldn't be hard to make a ranked mode for those, and it wouldn't hurt the game in any way. So
With the
why not?
crossover on PS4, actually, you can only do private matches. You can't party up with a person on PS4 and a person on PC and
Yeah.
then go into a random match.
No, I
you can
know.
only do I just wanted, we said that before just to make sure that was
Yeah,
known.
it's pretty
Uh-huh.
much pointless.
It's just kind of like you want to play with your friend, just mess around. That's good.
And the
It's
only,
not truly cross-platform because that is literally,
Not quite.
It's
Yeah,
literally pointless.
I just never knew that until like the other week, and I was like, oh shit, didn't realize that.
I
So-
mean, you could just sign in on a guest account and play with them that way.
yeah. So
and the only other game I've been playing is Hearthstone on the Pooper.
yes.
thanks
Which
for-
is-
thanks
which is
for the
the-
details.
Yeah, which is the
Appreciate
best
it.
place to play Hearthstone.
Put me on company time.
Yeah.
Classic.
Patrick, what have you been playing?
Hearthstone on the pooper.
All right, that's great.
Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Moving on now,
Street Fighter 5, as usual. Fallout 4,
as usual.
as usual.
Final
No,
You're
Fantasy.
playing the
Uh,
DLC though. You're playing the
no.
Automatron, right? Automatron?
Yeah, I'm doing the
It's
DLC
a
hardcore.
Tomatron.
I don't know. I haven't played it.
Final Fantasy 15 demo.
I haven't even played the game, and even I
don't
know
bring it
that.
up. We gotta wait for that.
That's not a full game.
I have
no.
oh, fuck you. That me and Josh just nerded out hardcore in there. No, that game is.
It's gonna be great.
Oh.
You
have no
don't
idea.
even know. You
You're not
have
Final
no
Fantasy
idea.
fans. So you have no idea.
No
I know.
idea.
This is my impression of you guys.
But
Fix the dodge. It'll be better.
right now, to be honest, one of the funner games I've been playing on the smaller edge, one of the PSN free month games was Galaxy
Okay.
with a big Z. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
it's like asteroids. but it's a little-
I played it with you last week. I was okay. I don't know. Broforce was the better game they offered.
Oh,
that month.
Broforce is stupid good.
I
Broforce
looked
was
for
the
that on
better
Xbox
game.
Live.
Broforce
Xbox doesn't have
stupid
it.
good.
Nope. It's PlayStation exclusive, bro.
And PC.
I have
isn't it?
no desire to play Broforce.
No,
At all.
Broforce like
Broforce is not PS4 exclusive. It's on PC Master Race before anything. Fuck all of you.
Well, whatever.
What was
the
that?
preach has spoken.
Did you guys hear that frog?
In the
sounded
console race, it is exclusive.
You mean
If
crickets?
you think about it.
But no,
Nobody
I wanted to buy that game
Nobody gets that
after
reference
watching
besides me.
because I watched the video that you put up on
It's
the
Angry
channel.
Man.
It's go look up Broforce Brodown on the channel if you guys want to check that out.
No,
But-
Broforce, stupid good. Galaxy is really fun though. It's like asteroids, but just a little more strategic, and you constantly upgrade your character, and there's like good voice acting and fun little like animations and shit like that. Like it's
Oh,
for free play. I got the Fandango too, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
actually pretty fun. It's like a film noir like game.
Mhm.
It's like LA Noir before they came out with it.
I do want to interrupt your rotation for a minute. I did get to play something else awesome this week, and it was called the Battleborn beta.
I played that too, actually.
Oh.
It was pretty amazing. I mean, take Borderlands and an MMO, and if it had a baby, that's what Borderlands would be, or that's what
MMO?
that's what Battleborn would be.
It's
Battleborn is more a MOBA than
Yeah,
any
Well,
game.
okay, so I should say MOBA. It did. I mean, like, as far as like the damage counters and like how much damage you were doing on each attack, that to me was reminiscent of an MMO, but MOBAs also do that.
No,
So
when I watched Logan play it earlier, I was like, this kind of looks like Borderlands, and he's like, yeah,
It
it's
kind of
done
is.
by the same
It's
people
made by
that
the
did
same
Borderlands.
It's made by 2K.
No.
Gearbox.
Gearbox.
2K's
whatever.
publisher.
Yeah.
No weird
Gearbox.
fucking shit words.
Well, whatever. Same
So
thing.
they kind of, I don't know, it's kind of an homage to Borderlands, showing the damage and stuff like an
It was
RPG.
very similar
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like the way the damage.
Which I
you had
love
like you had the overshield and a
Borderlands.
shit ton of health. So
it was amazing. I played with 3 different classes.
it was not amazing.
I played the
Okay.
I played the blade character. I played the sniper, and I also played the archer. And I had an absolute blast. Every character felt balanced. I felt like I had to take a new approach to every character that I played with. There were multiple ways to play that same character.
Different opinion.
Well, whatever. It's okay to be wrong. But anyway, so I thought the game modes were pretty different. It was very reminiscent of a MOBA where you had the lanes you could go down if you wanted, but also you had many ways to circle around or recruit. What is it? But you're basically spawning enemies like you do in StarCraft or in any real-time action strategy game.
I saw you could basically build turrets and other defenses and stuff like that. You could like call these things to help you fight or defend.
You can build turrets, or you could also, in the main game mode, you hire or recruit or spawn bigger enemies that would go down the lanes for you.
But they're
and absorb
allies
damage
for you, and they fight with you, right?
It depends on who gets there first. You have to fight the other team on who gets to spawn those enemies, and typically the person that builds, the people that build the most resources are going to have the main advantage in the fight.
The resource management was kind of cool. You could get these little like crystals basically, and that would be your currency to build these things, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah. I started building like turrets and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So.
Oh my god, and like
Crystals.
yeah, it was essentially
Crystals?
crystals. And having that strategic approach to a shooter, a first-person shooter at that, to me was pretty innovative. So I'm kind of stoked about games like this, and especially like for Paragon, I'm really excited to play those games. I'm really stoked to see the direction that shooters will go in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I didn't. The MOBA aspect was not bad. I just didn't. I don't know. I like the kind of more traditional. God damn it.
Sorry.
I like the more traditional kind of shooter approach. The MOBA part was okay, but there was the sniper class. I did not think was balanced. A lot of the powers were too close range for you wanting a sniper character. You want to be back a little bit.
I got plenty of kills with the sniper class.
I'm not saying you
so-
don't get. There are ways to get kills, but the build of the character was not ideal for its purpose. I'm just saying, if you want a sniper, and you want to hang back. Those powers forced you up a little bit.
It kind of depends on your team, and a lot of that game, it really is team-based, because if you don't have a good team, you're not going to do well.
Yeah, I mean
everyone's-
that's with every shooter you could,
If everyone's coordinated enough, you can easily use your teammates as cover while you deploy these traps for them, and then they're able to take the damage and do the damage for you while you offer support.
Well, they should give the sniper powers to a different character then. They should build a sniper character that is a sniper character, and not this hybrid sniper / trap layer.
Well, and you see how many characters they created. Obviously, there's
There
going
was
to
quite
be
a few, yeah.
there's obviously going to be some balancing issues. It's just a demo.
Well, that's just me, and I played a character that was like a grenade launcher / like just he just had like an assault rifle. That character was actually a lot of fun. That was a very aggressive, like you run up and just fuck shit up right at the front. And that character's pretty fun.
There's many different ways to play a game like this.
Yeah.
So there's many different strategies you can employ, and I feel like that's really important in shooters.
And these fucks need to play this also because I want more opinions on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what was
Battle-
out.
On
so.
Battleborn?
Yeah,
Battleborn was
I want
amazing.
you guys to try because I'm
I will be
curious.
playing it this weekend.
Okay.
So
I'm
next
not-
podcast, I'll give you my.
I'm not paying money for this game.
It's a beta
It's,
right
it's
now.
an open beta.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not paying money for this beta.
You don't have to, which is great, so you can still play it.
It's free.
So
Also, the last thing I've been playing. Well, we've been talking about that for a while.
Yeah, I interrupted
Jesus.
you. I'm sorry.
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone.
I've been playing
Ha.
Hearthstone hardcore.
Hearth?
That's all I gotta say.
Hard.
That's all I
Hardcore.
gotta say. No, I've been playing Hearthstone.
Hearthcore.
Herdcore.
Hardcore.
Hearthcore.
Oh my god.
That's the only thing I want to say. Now you guys can talk about Battleborn if you want
I
to.
guess we already did.
Well, I guess
I
we
didn't
did.
plan on going on the
Yeah.
tangent.
kind of already talked about
You
it.
folks got to play Battleborn.
Well, we did talk about a couple weeks ago about we touched upon how Lionhead Studios went under, obviously, but there were still talks of
Get
Fable
refunds.
Legends. Fable Legends, they could still the game was still technically being made, quote unquote, possibly,
Nope.
but now it just got the axe.
Well,
so
yeah.
What they were saying,
Fable Legends is done.
What they were saying was they were trying to keep developers on board to finish the game.
Yeah.
And that failed, obviously, and now they're saying it's just canceled.
Well, it's was that because they weren't getting paid, or does
No,
anybody
no,
know?
think
the
they ever really
developers
said.
were going to still get paid. I think they just decided it wasn't a good risk for their career.
I could see that because why would you want to finish out like a failing company's last hurrah? And the franchise hasn't even really been that memorable since the first game anyway. So why even bother?
But I don't
honestly
agree
true.
though. I don't agree with that move because you had a game that was already in beta development.
It
Like the
beta
game,
for like months,
the game's
like,
almost
playable.
done. Like, why wouldn't it be worth it to just finish it out and then collect a paycheck?
I'm super confused why they just said no more. It's basically done. I don't
Espe-
get it.
Especially when they could get residual income, like incoming income for however long the game's lasting.
It must
Yeah.
have been a funding issue, and maybe they weren't able to get the developer support to maybe keep updates going for the game as long
Just
as
give
it
it to
was.
somebody
since
else.
it had been
Microsoft
canceled.
owns it.
There had to
Say,
have been.
Hey, little developer here, you just.
I mean,
do this.
yeah,
I
and
don't get where
I do find it weird that since it was already in beta that they didn't finish it. But I'm sure there's probably some financial reason why this didn't.
There has to be some
They were
outlier,
beta,
some variable somewhere, something that was just way too much for the team to keep going with the
Yeah.
project.
Well, based on what
Yeah.
you guys are saying too, it's not. They weren't in beta. They were like in beta.
Yeah, it
Like,
had been
they-
playable for
they were
months
double.
now.
Playable, yeah.
So
I mean,
I'm super confused why so late in development with so much already invested. They're like, nah, no more.
yeah, that doesn't really make
Unfortunate.
sense to me either. But
I'll have
you
fond
know.
memories though because I actually got to play it. It's good.
Yeah, I'm trying to read through the article right now, and I'm not really seeing any
Probably-
reason as to why they canned it in the first place.
It's probably the same reason why Silent Hills was playable and then canceled. months
Yep.
later.
Well, yeah, that I
Too
think
soon.
I think
Too
that's
soon, Josh.
that's a
God.
different scenario completely
Don't bring
because
it
fuck
up.
Konami, they fucked over
No,
Kojima.
Hey,
We don't
hey,
talk-
maybe
we don't-
Kojima and Peter Molyneux can team up and do
So,
some game.
that
See
would
what you
be
started work
that would be
going.
interesting.
Project Milo Silent Hill crossover.
Silent Fable.
Silent Milo.
Silent Milo.
Sounds like a disturbing
2
game.
years.
Peter loves the
2
sound
years.
of this game.
2 years. Kojima is gonna come out with something.
I hope so. I hope it's something that's like.
All of our decks will be so hard. Wouldn't be. I mean,
What if
not
it's
all of
what
us,
if it's
but
like
three
a, what
of
if
us
well,
at
I
least.
mean I can hope it's a new Metal Gear
Nah.
game, but I know it's
No,
not.
it's not gonna be.
I know
You
it's-
can't even hope that.
They
He doesn't
can't.
own
No,
the
he
rights
doesn't
to
own the
it.
rights to
I
Metal Gear at
know,
all.
I know.
It's not gonna be.
I can dream,
It's
okay?
going-
No, you
Okay,
can't
so
actually. That's
you can't.
impossible.
People
I mean,
can't
he
see
can
me on the
drink.
podcast.
I guess,
It's going to be a Metal Gear game, but it's not going to be the Metal Gear game you're thinking of.
Yeah.
He's
Nobody
gonna
can see your air quotes.
he's gonna call it like
That's what I'm
Alloy
saying,
Cog or something.
Have you
Alloy
seen
Cog.
Did you see his new his icon
Aluminum
Yeah,
piston.
Yeah.
with the freaking skull and
Yeah, I
everything?
saw it.
Wow, it's badass.
He
looking.
should just call it Fist and Piston.
It's stupid. Don't call it the piston. That's mine. No, I'm kidding.
But no, you can claim the rights to it and then you get residual income from
There you
Kojima.
go. Just fistandpiston.com.
Fistandpiston.com. There you go.
I only have version
Get that
1.0. I'm still getting upgrades.
It's
right
Fist and
now.
Piston's still in the beta.
I almost
he is
guarantee
still in the
you.
beta.
I'm
right
totally
now.
gonna buy fistandpiston.com.
I guarantee you somebody owns that. I
We'll
guarantee.
see. Well, we have.
And if nobody does, Friend the Fire Gaming owns it. So.
Yeah.
Can't take that.
Oh,
Sean
Cop-
came up with
copyright
that name.
trademark.
Sean Flanagan came up with
There you
that
go.
name.
So
He
Kojima, if
says
you're
last
listening,
name,
talk to
shit.
Sean Flanagan about buying the rights for Fist and
He
Piston.
says last name.
He's not. He's not.
Yeah, if he ever comes back.
He'll come back.
His babies are eating him alive as we speak right now.
God damn it,
He
Sean.
will be back. Don't worry.
Stop reproducing.
Stop reproducing.
Maybe we should all pitch in. Hey, we're gonna start a Kickstarter fund for Sean to get a vasectomy.
It's probably the
God.
best funding we
Kids.
could possibly get. So.
On a lighter note, though, who's excited for the Doom beta? I know Pat is.
I'm very excited for the Doom beta amongst
Yes.
other things at this table.
Here's why I say it. being the one RPG, hardcore like lore nerd,
Hardcore?
as we say,
Hardcore.
hardcore,
Herdcore. Like Hearthstone?
Yes,
Hardcore.
only above. Anyway, it's been a while since I bought a first-person shooter besides like Borderlands. Doom is one that I am actually excited to actually buy.
Doom. I've
Looks
never been
legit.
so pumped in my
I'm kind of
life.
excited for Doom.
That
I'm really-
dude,
it's
that-
not just because it's Bethesda. I'm saying it just because the game looks good. 13 hours gameplay, booyah.
Yeah, I mean,
Most
if-
first-person shooters nowadays, not dissing on your Battlefield. Anyway,
Those are made for multiplayer.
Those are made for
But
multiplayer.
it's like-
So if you have a short campaign, that's fine.
yeah, no
why am I
one's,
paying
no one's,
$60 for that
no
game?
one
Dude, 'cause you're
remembers the
gonna play
Battlefield
100 hours of
campaigns.
multiplayer.
I don't
I can
remember
play
the
that.
Battlefield
You
campaigns.
can play RPGs.
I
Dude,
will play
Doom-
RPGs.
Doom is gonna be
Play a lot of ESO. Unless you.
Doom is gonna be all of those things.
That's why you
Doom
pay
is gonna have a
$50.
great campaign, a great
will be
multiplayer,
all
a
those
great
things.
forge,
I don't
a
like
great
being
forge
told
map
by
system.
8-year-olds that they fucked my mom last night. That's all I'm
Whoa.
saying.
All I know is I'm going to be waiting in the shadows, waiting for you guys to pick up your pre-order, and I'm going to cut your dicks off.
You said the first person in this group that pre-orders gets their dick cut off.
No,
That
all of
happened to
them.
be Logan.
I haven't
Everybody.
pre-ordered
Are you dissing on Doom?
I haven't
now?
pre-ordered.
No,
it, John.
don't have faith
I'm
in it?
dissing on pre-orders. I'm going
Oh my
going
God.
to pick up the game, just not going to pre-order it.
Got you.
Yeah, but you can buy it the same day.
I could technically.
I have
Yeah.
to. I'm sorry.
Except he'll be waiting in line, and all of us will be like, "Oh, this game's
Oh,
so
we
good!"
got it!
Oh, why is my dick off?
At 12:01, I'm gonna call you and be like, "Hey, how's Doom, Drew?" And you're like, "I don't know. I'm waiting till tomorrow."
No. I can just imagine him like being the only person in line, and the Jeopardy music is playing like in the background. He's just sitting there, just waiting for his.
Yeah, watch this game be awesome, and Drew's gonna be like, "I'm sorry about everything."
Two
I've
words.
ever said."
Two
Like,
words.
oh no, I had to wait 8 hours to play it.
Super shotgun.
I'm so sad.
That's all you need. Fuck the BFG. It's good. But super shotgun.
Shotgun.
Super shotgun will
They used that in the
always
trailer, didn't they?
be-
Yeah,
Oh,
they did.
yeah. Are you kidding me?
They had to.
We'll play the open beta, and then I'm excited to play.
I'm
this
pretty
beta.
optimistic about it.
What days
Guaranteed
next
2 weeks from now.
Uh,
April
Podcast viewers,
15th.
listen.
April 15th through the 17th.
Drew's gonna
I thought it was the
lose
14th through the 16th.
No, it's 15th through 17th,
April?
so it's Friday.
Yeah.
Yes,
Tomorrow's
yes.
the 15th, so it's gonna be this weekend.
It's,
Yep.
it's gonna be tomorrow.
Shotgun the
You're
shit
talking about
out of
soon. I
everything.
didn't actually know.
Yeah,
this week.
it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find some time
We
to
can
get
throw
on.
some Doom
for
beta
that.
in there with plants.
I
Yeah, dude.
have to get on the beta.
So by the time you listen to this podcast, it's gonna be gone. But
We can be excited.
Okay, we're gonna talk a shit ton about Doom next week.
yeah,
I'm
we
pretty
will. We
sure.
will for sure. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that game for sure.
I'm gonna talk
I had
a lot
it-
about the Doom
I had
of
a
your
segue
brother's
and I-
vagina next week.
What was your segue?
I got a segue.
I had something, and I.
Yeah, segue.
You
World
lost
of
your segue?
Warcraft.
That's
World
not
of
a segue,
Warcraft.
You just yelled World of
I
Warcraft.
did.
That's
We
not
all
a
World
World of Warcraft.
So shut the fuck up. We have a different topic. I like that segue.
I have an actual game to segue into.
What?
Dark Souls 3.
We can keep talking.
No,
No. Let the
absolutely
man
not,
speak.
man.
I don't like Dark Souls.
Let the man speak.
That's because you suck
Alright.
at video games.
I'm
Sorry.
actually
I don't like it.
I've been
It's 'cause you quit
seriously
easily.
contemplating starting the
I
Dark
haven't.
Souls series.
It's
So,
It's really
incredibly difficult,
It's really
but
good.
it's
highly
amazing.
rewarding.
Yeah, it's
Grind.
No, it's
that's
not
any
grind.
game.
It's
Any
not
game is
grind
grinding.
at all.
grind.
It's not
It's
grind at
grind,
all.
grind,
Not so much
It's-
grind as trial and error.
It's just
Yes,
very,
It is
very
not
hard.
grind. That is not
Then
grind.
when you
hand
find
up.
the one thing, you're like, I'm gonna hit the same 3 buttons
Nope.
for another hour.
Nope.
It's about the game's
Have you
about
played it?
No.
Have you
The-
played
not
it?
even
three,
close.
The game is about recognizing patterns
You're not even
and
close.
like developing a
Logan.
strategy for
Not even close.
like combating those patterns.
There's a large
So you learn one series of button combinations and you do that
No.
25 times.
No.
no, not at
No.
all.
So when you
Absolutely
have to
not.
block then attack and then jump or whatever the combination would be, you do that and then
Pretty
you do
much
it again.
everything you've just said is a combination of yes, because you have to adapt to way the boss works.
I'm
He
just-
charges at certain points.
I'm just trying to be annoying right
He's
now.
just,
No,
he's
you
just,
are.
he's
Don't
just,
try to do that.
he's
No.
just slinging shit for no
The
reason.
game
Oh, pretty
is
much. I'm
difficult as shit for a reason.
Uh,
You have
Did
no
you ever play Dark
idea.
Souls
He doesn't have.
I haven't played
patterns.
3, but I've played 1 and 2.
You like them?
Yeah, they're incredibly well put together. Bandai Namco does a hell of a job putting together their games.
Miyazaki.
I'm pretty
Miyazaki.
sure Bandai is
I'm
not
kidding.
actually the
I'm
developer on Dark Souls.
No, they're not.
It used to be Atlas. Isn't it? Atlas made Demon Souls.
No.
No, Atlas. No. know.
Well, Worth has been right about a really off-the-wall developer once before, so we'll see.
Well, you guys know a broken clock is right twice a day.
This is true. But what were you saying, Drew? You were saying something about Dark Souls 3 specifically?
Made to be difficult.
It wasn't actually Bandai Namco that developed the game. They published the game.
From Software is the developer.
Yes, from Software.
Yeah, From Software.
The guy's last name
From
is
Software is the
Miyazaki,
developer.
Bandai Namco is the publisher.
But okay, I'm gonna look this up now because I want to see if I'm correct on this. Demon Souls.
There's multiple aspects of the game. It's very difficult. Number one, extremely difficult. Number two, it's not pattern based.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it is not.
The enemies are vast.
Technically, yes,
it's
they
an
do the same
incredibly.
abilities where you're like, okay, he's gonna do that. Yes, I'm ready.
But there are a shit ton of different enemies. I do get that.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and they
and
don't.
a
But they
bunch
don't follow the same pattern every time. You have to adapt to the way that the battle is going.
Yeah,
That's the way any video game is. Fuck you.
Okay.
kind of.
Anyway. Okay.
Yeah, fuck you. Because this is a multiplayer. This is single player. So you gotta get used to
Wikipedia.
it.
Wikipedia. Developers From Software, publishers Sony Computer Entertainment, and Atlas
for Demon Souls.
for Demon Souls.
We're not talking about Demon Souls.
I'm
We're
saying
talking
like
about Dark Souls.
I know Atlas is like I don't know Atlas isn't even a company anymore, are they? I don't think they are.
That's the type of game
I
where
don't know,
it's
they-
horrible for you.
But I know
great
but,
for me.
But they started. They were there from the beginning when this franchise was first released. So because technically it's
Bosses
not.
are
All
so
I was
good.
pointing out was that Bandai didn't develop it.
No, I didn't. They didn't.
Long story short, not.
The time I spent playing the first two games, which I mean wasn't a ton of time. I've got Dark Souls 1 on Xbox 360. I got Dark Souls 2 on PC. Incredibly frustrating games, but extremely rewarding in the fact that like you get to see some killer ass boss battles, some crazy violence. Like they take a lot of time in developing this game, and it's insane.
when you
Do
win,
they have awesome death scenes like
Yes.
Dead Space?
Like Dead Space.
It's-
Yeah.
yeah, they-
yeah, kind
Those
of.
are so good.
This-
I love those.
this game-
Cinematic death
Still to
scenes.
this
When
day,
you kill a boss, you're like, oh, you just want to like throw your chair down and be like, fuck yeah! You just want to
still to
scream
this day,
the top of your lungs.
nothing scarred me more than the first moment that I was killed by a necromorph from behind when it
Right.
stabbed
I
me
think
in
one
the
or
neck.
two.
I think the
One. When
Just
it
one?
when it
Yeah.
stabbed me in the neck and then turned me and cut my head off and then threw my body to the ground and repeatedly stabbed me. For
I think the most
30
brutal-
straight
yeah.
seconds.
I think the most brutal.
Did you have to get up out of your chair for a second?
I just looked at it and I was like, whoa.
I think the most brutal.
Oh.
That was fucked.
Okay.
Or when you get killed by the regenerating one and it stabs you through the stomach and lifts you up into the air and then takes its other arm and goes, cuts off your arms and then cuts off your legs and it's like, oh, you're still alive but you're looking at me. Cut off your head.
I think the most brutal death scene that I've seen in the Dead Space series was from Dead Space 2, and it wasn't from a necromorph. There's a mission in the game where you gotta like kind of crawl through this. You gotta like walk down this hallway or whatever, and you're in this office area, and the glass just shatters, and you're in the vacuum of space, and it's like sucking you out and stuff like that, and then the airlock closes. But the airlock closes on you, and it's just like closing on you repeatedly, like douche, 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 and just like crushing you until it just like slices you in half. I'm like, oh my god, that was brutal to watch. Because like, just imagine yourself, your ribs are just getting crushed by this big giant door, and then you're just like sliced in half.
I'm pretty sure the one where the necromorph gets you from behind is way more fucked up.
It's like
You're still alive
it's
9
more-
times.
it
out.
literally
Your brain's
stabs
still
you.
intact and your heart's still intact.
Stabs you
That's
from
the two
behind,
things that
then
require
bites
you to
onto
live.
your neck, rips your fucking head off from behind, throws your dead, limp body to the ground. It's like, I'm gonna go ahead and stab you 30 fucking times right now.
sure.
Well, you can relive all of these right now on your Xbox One. It's backwards
I
compatible.
know. I'm
so.
so
Oh, yeah?
excited
Drew,
about
yeah,
it.
this
Have you
is-
downloaded it yet?
No.
Well,
But
download on your Xbox One so you can have the digital copy.
I am very excited about it being backwards compatible
Yes.
because I've been wanting to go back and play that game, and being able to play it on my Xbox One is wonderful.
Xbox One.
Okay, we still need to finish that series.
I hope to.
We do.
that also because all.
Wait,
of them.
whenever
With
you're
the
ready,
length, the
what-
width.
Dead Space, Mass Effect, and Bioshock. All of you need to be backwards compatible immediately.
Bioshock is on the list. It's coming. So
I've
Mass
never
Effect
played a
1
Dead Space game.
is backwards compatible. Not two.
yeah, talk to Peter Moore and be like, "What the fuck, dude?
Peter Moore,
Yeah,
hurry up.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
What backwards compatibility happened?"
I can't think of any other games that I would care to be backwards compatible. It'd be really cool if they would re-release Crimson Skies, like a HD.
Yeah, dude.
How about Knights of the Old Republic?
Yup.
That would be a good one.
They're already working on that, by the way.
An unofficial release.
Hardcore. No. They are hardcore working on. Yes, technically,
It's an unofficial release.
But they are
I just
backing
want
it.
a Crimson
They are
Skies
backing it.
HD remake with the original multiplayer. That game was fun as shit. The only plain game I've ever enjoyed.
You don't like Ace Combat?
No, Ace Combat was shit. in
No, that's not
comparison to
true.
Crimson.
That's bullshit.
That's
Ace
not true
Combat
at all,
4
dude.
was really good.
Ace Combat was.
Ace
awesome.
Combat-
So you're telling
Sweet,
me it
dude.
took them 4 tries to make it
Nope.
even remotely as
Nope.
good as
I haven't
I would
played. I
say-
haven't played the
nope.
old Ace Combat games,
No, I
but
played
the
a
newer
lot.
ones like Ace Horizon,
I
that
played Ace Combat 2 and
Assault Horizon.
I did not enjoy it in comparison to Crimson Skies. Crimson Skies felt good. Like it felt like you were in a dogfight with planes.
I will agree with that.
And Ace Combat always felt like, oh, I shot a missile, oh, you pop flares. Oh, I shot a missile, oh, you pop flares. Oh, you shot a missile, oh, you pop flares. Oh, I shot a missile, oh, you pop
I
flares.
will take
Oh, I
it.
shot a
Wait.
missile.
I will
Oh, you
take
shot pop flares. Just the whole fucking time. Was there any redeeming quality to Ace Combat other than just fucking popping flares?
Yes.
Which Ace Combat?
All of them.
That's not true.
I got my hand up.
They all had flares in them.
Fuck you, Disco. Listen to me. Listen to me right now. Listen to me. You have no idea. We've heard a lot of good music. A lot of good music in our life. I guarantee
Music
you.
has nothing to do with gameplay.
Yes, it fucking does.
It has to
Are
do with
you
your
kidding?
experience of the game. It doesn't
you played
affect
Rock
the
Band?
mechanics.
Mm.
Doesn't mean-
No, fuck you.
Okay,
God damn
in
it.
terms of Rock Band
No,
music,
come
has to
on.
do with-
I'm being serious.
But Rock Band only. And
I'm being serious. When you're in gameplay and if it's epic music, you
It has
don't-
nothing to do with gameplay.
Yes, it does.
It has to do with enjoying the game,
Pat,
not
it
gameplay.
doesn't have anything to do with gameplay.
Yes, it does.
I can see where he's coming from. It
Okay, no.
Not
No,
technical
no.
gameplay.
Enjoying
but
the
like,
game.
Not technical gameplay. I'm
and
talking about
gameplay.
the.
I'm separating these.
being in the moment.
Okay,
It's
well, if
overall
you're being that-
experience.
Yes, no, you're
Maybe
right.
the soundtrack makes you enjoy the game more because it's a really good soundtrack, but it doesn't change the way the game plays.
That's true.
It's overall
okay,
experience.
I didn't realize that what you're talking about. Anyway, Ace Combat 4. Look up Megalith. I'm gonna make you listen to it after this podcast
I don't
is
care about
done.
the soundtrack.
I don't care either. I don't care either. It's the fucking most epic song you'll ever hear in your life. I guarantee you.
I played Halo, and that had multiple songs in Halo 1 and 2 that were great soundtracks.
What do I do, Worth? What do I do?
One of the best-
I don't know.
I'm trying.
Music mixing into the game, like in terms of what you're doing. Oh,
Yeah, I
Before-
don't know, I
before
don't
we
know
get-
why they couldn't
before
get it
we
right
move
with the rest of
on-
them, but
If all you music nerds
ODST.
out there, Megalith.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ace Combat
yeah.
4. Seriously.
Before we move on to another topic, like if we're talking about flying games, I will
HD remake.
I will take your
Crimson
Ace
Skies.
I will take your Ace Combat and your Crimson Skies, and I will see
Don't do it.
You'll raise.
Battle-
I know exactly what you're saying.
Battlefield 3
Whatever.
dogfighting.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, no, Battlefield 3 dogfighting in
Jet
general.
combat in that game
Shut
was so
up.
fun.
Okay, yeah, let me just
teleport
eject
out.
from my jet real quick, land on the top of it, fire a rocket, jump back in my jet.
No, okay.
Because that makes total fucking sense. I'll fly fucking 300 miles per hour, fucking
I think
eject from
jets
my
are flying
jet,
a lot faster. Than
somehow magically land on the top of my jet that's upside down,
Nope.
fire a rocket at another jet,
Nope.
and then just hop back into my jet.
Nope.
Nothing.
No, dude, I
I'm
was
talking about how much fun it is. I don't care about the realism.
yeah.
the
flying mechanics
fucking fun, dude.
are
It's a
so amazing.
It's a gargoyle plane simulator.
Basically, yeah, but it was fun. as
Okay,
shit.
no,
Yeah,
dude,
retarded.
you and I were
Yeah,
like
that's
fucking
what's
Maverick and Iceman.
Oh yeah, dude.
For Battlefield 3, it
it's
was
so fun.
amazing.
Battlefield 4 jets can suck.
Yeah,
1,000
Battlefield 4
dicks.
flying mechanics. I don't know what you're thinking, Dice, but Jesus Christ.
I'm
Were you
talking,
even thinking today?
They were not.
The reason I liked Crimson Skies because it felt like you were in a plane dogfight. The planes felt clunky and hard to maneuver.
Sounds like a great game.
No, it worked. Like
Like the Mako.
No.
Just like the
I'm
Mako.
not talking like the
Oh,
Mako.
it's so.
I'm talking about
Fuck
how
the
like,
Mako.
like when you're
Clunky,
turning.
hard to move. Yeah, the Mako.
If you're
Just
bad
fucking
at driving,
finish.
if you're not
For
a driver,
God's
it's
sake.
Insane. Yeah, clunky
I
and hard
could
to
never-
move.
I
Oh,
can't
look,
be-
you get a little maneuver.
Sounds like my dick.
Sounds exactly like the Mako.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Pat.
Josh, me and you. No, I will fucking always.
Sorry.
make
You're
fun of
so
Mako.
wrong.
Thank you.
No, the
Yes.
Mako's the,
The
worst.
Mako-
Josh, how horrible is the Mako?
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
That's not what I was saying.
so terrible.
See, the Mako is a tank. We're talking about planes.
I'm
It's
saying.
it's like being a deer being hit by a car and you're slowly bleeding out on the side of the road. That's how terrible.
None of
it
this
is.
has anything to do with what I said.
I don't care. Finish Mass Effect 3, you bitch!
What I said was, it felt like you were flying an old school plane. Like they were hard to turn, they were hard to maneuver because they didn't maneuver and turn well. The guns felt like they were real machine guns attached to your plane.
Nice.
Well,
It felt like we were really done with that Ace Combat conversation.
I'm
No,
talking
this-
about
this-
Crimson Skies. I want an HD
Oh, well,
remake.
whatever.
That's
is
not
okay.
well,
Crimson
if,
Dragon.
sounded
if
like
that
the
was
main-
hold
supposed
on,
to be a remake.
hold on. If Battlefield 5 is set in World War One, maybe you
No
will
one
get
cares.
those. Maybe you
No
will
one-
get those
no,
mechanics.
no.
Because
Nope, nope.
I care.
Nope.
Yeah.
I can't.
I care.
Because
I
I want,
don't
I want,
care.
I want to have a game in the
I
modern
don't care.
generation of shooting go back to the basics of multiplayer.
Yeah,
shooting.
if you're
Yes.
flying like if you're
I'd
flying
like a
old
Battlefield
school
game.
Ace
Not
Combat
suck.
6 was awesome. You could
They're
do
not doing
fucking-
that with
I
Battlefield.
wish you
they're-
had a valid opinion on Battlefield. That'd be nice.
I've played 4, 3, Bad Company 2, Bad Company 1. All of them
You
suck.
played each one for like an hour, and you're like, "Fuck this game."
Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2 are fucking awesome.
Battlefield 2 is the best Battlefield game that's ever released. None of them have come close.
What about Medal of Honor Frontline?
I don't
Medal of Honor Frontline's a good game.
That's not a Battlefield game, so.
It's an EA game. If that's close enough,
first
right?
person like crazy shooter games.
I would just
They
say,
ain't
in
good.
terms of Battlefield, the Battlefield 2 is the best. None of them else have come
I wouldn't
anywhere close.
I wouldn't say Medal of Honor is a crazy game. It's pretty linear. I mean, the
It's
great.
not linear.
You know who else isn't a crazy game but pretty linear?
Your mom.
My dick.
No, what I was getting at, like,
We're
You
12.
had Josh had no idea
We're
what that
12.
is.
My mom.
Somebody
my
listen to the
mom.
strange man in our room right now.
but no, what I was getting at is Frontline was like the opening mission was pretty intense. Like you're storming Normandy Beach and you got machine guns shooting you and all this other stuff and blah blah. But like the actual gameplay itself, after like those first like few missions, was fairly linear and kind of tame for my standards. But that doesn't mean it's a bad game because I do like linear first person shooters like that too. But I wouldn't say it's a crazy game. Yeah. It is fun though. It's a PS2 classic.
I diss on it all the time, don't get me wrong, but I am a fan of every once in a while a good first person shooter.
Oh, I know. You're excited for Doom, so that's cool.
Speaking of first-person shooters, and that's the only thing we play, do you guys know what I'm about to bring up?
Something nobody cares about.
Something Disco doesn't care about. But so I've been troubled lately in like how my video game habits are forming. So really in today's day and age,
I can't see the gray in your beard, and you're not troubled.
video games are becoming more, how do I want to say, attention grabbing. That's not a bad thing. No, listen. It's every developer's desire to make a video game.
I didn't say anything. I just shook my head.
Look, this game looks awesome. I don't want to play it.
You know what?
Josh was
You know what?
anticipating
You know what?
Disco
You know what?
going off.
Shut up.
I'm gonna wait until you're finished.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm
and
gonna let
say-
you finish.
Go ahead and say everything
Yeah,
you want to
well,
say.
I'm
Hold on,
I'm waiting
Kanye.
until you finish shutting up.
Go ahead
So
and say everything you want to say.
okay, so I feel like that video games are kind of to a point now where, and of course it's every developer's desire to create a video game that keeps you coming back. I understand that is the concept of every video game ever. That's great. But are we getting to a point now where in the video game industry, people are only playing one type of game? So you're either a Division agent, or you're a Destiny Guardian, or you're a Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Well,
Or you're,
So
or you're,
are there
it's-
specific
or you're a
mechanics
Blood Elf
referring to,
Warlock
though?
in World of Warcraft or something.
That's me. I am.
That's true.
Video games are sold strictly on mechanics these days. It's not really about content as much as people want it to be about content. It's about mechanics strictly, and then they build a platform around that. So, are we getting to the point now where that's all we're playing? Because every single one of you, what are you all playing right now? The fucking Division.
No,
So
that's
what-
not true.
All right, end
what
of
is that
statement. Gonna go into this. How many different games did we all list that we were playing this week when we started this podcast?
How many hours are you putting?
Rocket League, Car Soccer, Hearthstone, a card game, Division, a first-person shooter.
It's a third-person
Third-person
shooter.
shooter.
It's a
Whatever.
third-person shooter.
It's
You
a fucking
piece of
shooter.
shit.
And then what else
Street
did we
Fighter,
say?
Fallout.
Garden Warfare, which that's a third-person shooter, but it's
Street Fighter.
ESO.
Street Fighter, a fighter,
ESO.
Elder Scrolls Online, third-person MMO.
It's an MMO.
It's an MMO game, yeah.
How many hours?
All of those games are different.
Here-
All of those games are different.
How many hours are
So
you
your
putting-
argument
I will
was
play-
invalid
I'll
from
play
the
the-
second you started.
That you know what? That's for the majority of this table. That doesn't go for the complete video gaming.
We
world.
are 7 different gamers here who all have different opinions.
So all 7 of us make up the video game industry. Is that what you're saying?
no, what I'm saying
Have you
is,
seen how
is
many
that if
how many
you were
copies?
to average us right now and consider the average of us, the average of the video game industry, you're wrong.
Have you considered how many copies of the Division has been sold to people?
Okay,
How many people
copies
are playing
of Quantum
right
Break
now?
have been sold? How many copies of Dark Souls 3 have been sold? How many people play Hearthstone? How many people play Rocket League? How many people... I mean, Rocket League made a $220 million profit.
That's been on the decline forever.
Rocket
How many
League,
people have
Rocket League
bought?
released for the Xbox One and made like $150 million.
How many people are playing the Division and buying copies of the Division versus playing these other games? How much time have each of you spent on the Division more than any other games?
I
0
have-
hours.
I have spent hours on the Division. In that time, I also played Rocket League. I also played Hearthstone. I also played a mobile phone game. I also played Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. I played all these different games. Every single gamer in the world is not buying one game and only playing that game.
But Disco, you don't represent the entirety of the gaming
I'm
industry.
just saying, these
You
games
don't.
are all selling copies. There is a limited number of gamers in the world. It's not like there are set factions that only buy one game and don't buy another game for a year.
Well, let me kind of ask, I guess, Josh a question about your topic here. When you refer to like Division about it, like the mechanics of the game require your attention to come back to it. You need to do the dailies, you need to do the missions, right? Is that what you're getting at? Like the game, you say with the games are built, their games are based on the mechanics now more than anything.
The games are built to suck your time and completely suck your time only.
Not true.
I will kind of,
MMOs, where you are forced to farm for gear. Yes, those games are built for your attention. They have been built that way for the last 20 years.
So what are you doing on the Division then? You're not farming for gear?
I'm farming for gear. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. They have been built that way for 20 years, so your argument means nothing.
That's MMOs in
That's
general,
an
man.
MMO. That's the way you play an MMO.
But what about games like
Rocket League.
Well, are
Are
you saying
you
it's a
playing that
problem, Josh?
game to come back and finish quests, or
No,
you're playing that game for the pure fun value?
You're playing that.
Hearthstone.
You're playing
Are you
that.
coming back to get cards? Yes. Once you have those cards, do you just stop playing? No, you keep coming back and playing.
Rocket League is an exception. It's not the rule. Look at Street Fighter V.
What about Hearthstone?
Look at
What about Street Fighter V? Street Fighter V is a fighter. Once you get all the characters unlocked, do you stop playing the game?
no. You're
keep
supposed
playing
to
the
you're
game.
supposed to earn credits. You're supposed to earn credits to go back to the store and keep coming back. You're supposed to arrive for daily challenges. It's the same thing. At what point do you get tired of the FedEx quest and just the same bullshit that they throw at you for any game that you play where it's just you're
Something
doing
that's not necessary.
At the point it stops being fun. That is the answer.
I think that, and what you said right there was what I was going to kind of touch up on, because that's kind of the reason why I slowed down playing Metal Gear Solid 5, because I haven't completed the game yet. But the game itself is incredible. But they load it up with so much just tiny, like little meaningless quests, or missions, I guess if you want to call it. I wouldn't really say that they're meaningless, but there comes to a point when you get far enough in the game that you have to repeat those same exact missions that you just completed on higher difficulties. And
Every game ever.
well, hold on. It just makes it makes it so it's like, okay, I already did all this shit, and I shouldn't have to be doing this in the same exact playthrough. Like if I want to go back and play through the game again on a higher difficulty, yeah, I'm all for that. But if you're making me do it on the same exact save file, like I want to finish the story. I want to like continue the campaign. I don't
So
want
what
to
you're saying is Metal Gear Solid 5 did it wrong.
Metal Gear Solid 5 did do it wrong in that aspect. Not that it's a bad game, because
But The Division, a game that's an MMO where you're supposed to do those.
no,
quests.
that kind of stuff like that.
What
that
other,
is
I mean,
how.
what other game is doing this incorrectly? The only game I've even heard any of you bring up that does this kind of thing is Metal Gear Solid.
Here's the thing that I want to clarify is that I'm not necessarily the whole reason why I'm bringing up this topic is just for a point of conversation. This isn't to say that I feel like that any of these games that I mentioned are bad games, and it's not to say that I don't feel like that the developers didn't have points, and it's not to say that these games aren't fun. I'm simply bringing up a topic for debate that goes into how much time we spend playing games. And not only how much time we spend playing games, but how much time we spend playing one game over another, and how that could potentially impact the industry.
It hasn't impacted the industry for the last 50 years.
Not yet. But
50 years. 50
I played World
years
of
of
Warcraft
games.
since 2007.
50 years of games, and it hasn't impacted it.
Essentially,
What about the gaming industry is going to change that all of a sudden doing these FedEx quests, as you call them, is going to make you stop playing multiple games?
it comes down to it is how much time you're going to spend on a particular game is how much you're having fun with the game, and if it continues to be fun, and if the developers continue to put out content that you think is worth your time to play the game.
Well, what he's saying is that one game is putting out so much of these bullshit FedEx quests that you only have time to play that game, which it's not true, and it doesn't happen.
Well,
If
for
that was
you,
the
maybe.
case, no. If that was the case, then there would be games that don't sell copies, and they sell copies. Every game is selling millions of copies. Quantum Break just came out, a single player game, right? Single player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A single player game, and how many copies did it sell? It sold a crap load
People
of
like
copies.
getting rewarded constantly.
These
Do
games,
something.
The Division, a game that just came out that has a lot of quests that you have to run over and over again because it's an MMO, but people are still having time to play other games.
Well, even if that's true, don't you guys feel like that to a certain extent? Sometimes when you look at video games, like look at Metal Gear Solid 5, for example.
Mm-hmm.
How much time would it take you to do a complete run through of Metal Gear Solid 5, including like getting like an ample amount of side quests and everything else? How much time did that take?
Based
you?
on, I haven't, like I said, I haven't finished the game, but based
Neither
on,
have I.
high five, yeah. But based on what I played so far,
But I still want to play it.
even having to redo like all those missions that I previously did on higher difficulties, I probably put in, I want to say, a good 35 hours of gameplay so far.
Are we really going to
have-
switch our complaint from games being too short to games being too long?
No, it's not. It's not about the game being too long. That's not my issue. My issue is that like
You're saying that it's taking too much of your time, which means the game takes
no,
too
I'm
long
not.
to
I'm not
complete
saying
a
that it's take. I'm not. That's the length of the game itself is like I'll play through Mass Effect. I'll do 60. I'll do 50, 60 hours on a playthrough, no problem, because they have content that continually adds to the like. You know,
Most of
push
the
it-
Mass Effect
the-
games
the
had
for-
a
the
lot
forward-
of quests that
the
meant
forwarding
nothing.
of the forwarding of the story though.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go through and redo missions that you've already done.
You could complete the Mass Effect main story quest line in probably 10 hours.
In the main story
There's probably 50 hours
But
of
that's-
side quests, and a lot of
but
those
you're
side
not-
quests
you're
are
not- you're not-
exactly
you're
the
not-
same.
You're not getting You're not hearing me though. Like
What is your point?
because I don't want to have to play. I don't have to play a game where I have to redo missions that I've already completed. but just do-
Mass Effect
but
has
just-
50 hours of that.
No, it does not.
It does too. There are
The-
tons
the
of
mi- the
quests
missions-
that
the
you
missions
have
are-
to do where they are pointless fetch quests.
Okay, but it adds to the expansion of the story. Though.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
It's
it does.
going to a planet and exploring it for no reason. It's a side mission.
Mass
to
Effect?
Yes.
No, you get resources.
yeah,
and
you
stuff.
get-
you
that's
get
what I'm
experience.
saying.
You get
No, no,
resources
you get
and experience,
resources.
but
No,
it
I
does
get what you're
not.
saying.
It does not forward the story.
Not
Quarry-
necessarily. Some of them do, some of them don't.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, though, is there is tons of
Like,
those
if you-
quests
if
that
you're gonna-
don't forward the story.
Yeah.
It's just
If
like
you're-
any game
Yeah.
that has ever been created. There are going to be quests that don't forward the story.
Hey, guess what? Legend
Aside
of
from-
Zelda. Do you want
aside
to
from-
collect all the heart pieces?
In Skulltulas?
You don't have to, but you
Side
can get
quests.
all the heart pieces if you want to. No,
But
it's the same
my
thing.
biggest
It's always
complaint
been that way.
My biggest complaint though is like I don't want to have to do that on the same exact playthrough. Like with Metal Gear
Then-
Solid
Then
did.
don't play the game.
No, like Okay, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here.
It's my thing.
If you
is
don't
that
want to do it, then don't do it. You don't have to. It doesn't forward.
But
It
I
doesn't
wanted- but I-
hinder your storyline. To
You
not
want
do
do-
it.
I want to. It's the same.
You're,
It's
what
but
you're
I
saying
do it-
is
but I do
you're
it
a
because-
completionist, but you're complaining about having to.
But I do it because I want to know what happens next, and I don't want to have to like play through a bunch of like cushion quests and stuff like that.
You don't have to.
To get to, but it forces you to though. That's the problem.
To
It
get
doesn't
to a
force
you.
in Mass
Force you.
Effect, to get to a high enough level and to get enough resources, you kind of do.
Yeah, Mass Effect is
But
different.
you
It forces
don't
you to
need
do that.
to be that highest level to beat the game.
correct.
Not to beat the game, but if you want to get the best like ending
Yeah.
and all that other stuff, you have to
Mass
do that.
Mass
Effect-
Effect 1,
Mass
you
Effect-
did not need to be a high level to get the best ending. Mass Effect 2, you did have to do a lot of the side stuff.
Actually,
to
you
get the right
absolutely had to.
You
in
absolutely
two.
had to.
Absolutely in 2. That's
ending.
right.
Mass Effect
Don't
1,
fucking
it was
squat
not
up.
necessary. You
Not
could just
spoiler.
do the main story and beat the game, and everything would work out okay. Unless you wanted Rex to live, that was the only change.
But that's the way the game was designed, though.
I don't know about
It
you
came to
guys,
Mass Effect,
but
that's the one thing about Mass Effect is that the way the game was designed. But if you're playing any RPG in general, like me, unfortunately, or Metal Gear Solid in
Metal Gear
general,
Solid.
no, fuck you. I'm gonna check every. Well, I can hear a radio in the background. No,
That's
I'm gonna
fine. That's fine. Like doing that stuff is cool with me. I'm all for going through and doing like little, like, kind of quote unquote meaningless quests or like finding little like knickknacks here and there.
Yeah.
As long as it adds to the advancement of the story.
You're as bad as me. You're a completionist. Don't worry.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know, but I just
Don't bitch about it then.
I'm not
That's
bitch-
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
You're a completionist complaining about completing the game.
Yeah.
I just don't want to have to like redo shit that I've already done. That's my
That's what happens when you start a new game.
no, not a
RPGs.
new game. A new game is different. I don't want to do it on the same like save file that I'm doing now. That's what my point is.
All RPGs are that way.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
Name one
yes.
that is not.
Yes, they will always be
we
that
were just
way.
talking about it. Mass Effect.
What about Mass Effect 1? Had tons
I have
of
played
those
Mass
missions.
Effect multiple times.
Mass
and it's the
Effect
same
2,
thing
there
every
was a
time,
lot
but
of side
slightly
quests that you
changed.
needed to do, and there was a lot you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. We're talking in circles here at this point.
You have different opinions.
We have different
it's
opinions.
the first time we've ever argued opinions on the podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
But what about it as an opinion?
Well, he doesn't like doing it.
No. He says that he thinks that those missions are not necessary.
But wait, like
But
when
every
it,
RPG ever
have you
has
played
done
Metal
that.
Gear 5?
No, I don't need to play Metal Gear 5 because I didn't like Metal Gear 4, 3, or
Okay,
2.
so if you haven't played it,
You haven't played 4.
Huh?
you haven't played
I
4.
did not play.
if you haven't played
I played
it, then
3 and 2. I thought they were terrible. So
okay, play it and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I understand what you're talking about because I've
No, you
played
don't.
RPGs.
You
I've played
played Metal
every
Gear 5.
RPG.
Yes, I
You-
have
okay,
Metal Gear 5.
You
It's
know,
in my
you
room
know what
right
I'm
now.
talking about. When you get to a certain point where like you run out of primary story missions to do, and you have to like do
I did this in Mass Effect 1. I played through Mass
you do
Effect
the
1
side,
twice.
You do the side missions, yes. You do the side missions, like, and there are like plenty of dozens and dozens of side missions that like are critical to the main campaign.
and there are a ton that aren't.
But no, the ones, but they
No?
force you.
Yes, there are a ton.
There
that
are
not.
a ton.
Yeah.
But they force you to replay other side missions that you've already completed, the same
Right.
exact cutscene, same exact everything, but it's just on a higher difficulty. And I don't understand what the reasoning is behind that.
That's
Metal Gear 5
horrible
does
game
that?
design. That's not even on them, or not even.
I know
on the
Metal Gear
gameplay.
5 is
That's
not a
horrible
complete
game
game.
design.
I know it's not a complete game because I mean, we've already talked about that like podcasts ago, like in the whole Kojima Konami genre, like fiasco.
No, there's multiple RPGs out there that have been grindy and fucking.
And
shit
that's
like
fine.
That,
That I'm okay with. That particular thing that I'm talking about from Metal Gear 5, I'm not okay with that because that's pointless.
But it's
there's
the
no
only
reason.
game that has done. You haven't named any other game that has done the same quests on higher difficulty that pisses you
That's
off.
not what I was getting at, though. I'm talking about just that game in particular.
So how does that forward this conversation about how a lot of games are doing this?
I never said a lot of games were doing that.
That was the whole point of this conversation.
Yes.
Well, fuck me then, right?
Yes.
I think
Oh,
Drew has something to say.
Yes.
Huh? What?
What?
Oh, you guys let me talk now?
Yes.
If one game isn't eating up all your time, then why aren't you fucks playing Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2?
It's not
You
playing
stopped
Fallout.
us for that?
Yes!
Yes.
My God.
He cares passionately.
This is
about
why. This is how much I care
But
about this.
See, this is exactly what I'm getting at. Is there enough time to do everything that's being presented to you.
No, never. I
Exactly.
have like 7 games.
And for somebody like me,
That's not based on the quests in the game. That's based on how many games you want to play.
Yeah.
And I think
I
Josh.
have Witcher 3. I
Back-
have Shadows of Mordor.
Okay, think of retro
$95.
games. Think of how often retro games used to release. They were not like, it wasn't like today where 20 games can release on the same day.
the average amount of gameplay you can spend on any game now is anywhere between 250 and 400 hours.
That is a ridiculous statement.
That is stupid. Yeah.
Did you say any game?
That is a
No.
I would
ridiculous
say-
Singular game?
That
I
is-
would
yeah.
say most
That
games.
is the most
Yeah.
ridiculous
Have
statement
you-
I think I've heard on
I
this
guarantee
podcast.
you.
Have you
I
played?
guarantee
Blew
you.
his mind. Dude.
That is a gargoyle statement.
I'm not even saying. I'm not dissing on you. I
I
guarantee
played
you, even
Plants
Final Fantasy
vs.
15.
Zombies Garden Warfare for an incredible amount of time, and I didn't even come close to that.
Where did you end
The
up
only
at?
thing that
What
I've
about
ever
you, Drew?
gotten-
How many hours have you spent on Plants vs. Zombies?
Well, considering I spent a lot of time playing that game alone, I couldn't honestly give you a real number, but I could give you a number for like WoW,
Yes.
and it's well
Me
above
too.
that. But I played that game for years and years and years and years and years on end.
I played longer than him, and I
The,
can,
no,
I
the amount
can
of
give you my
hours that you
hours.
stated is insane.
For a typical game that you're buying, like
That's like Skyrim at the
if
max.
you buy like
That is
I was
not
just
an
gonna say-
average.
No,
That is
at
like
the
an
absolute
extreme.
max. At the
I got-
absolute.
I got to
Everything.
400 hours in Oblivion in less than
That's
9 months.
Oblivion.
That's
though.
Oblivion. That's Oblivion.
that's not like you're gonna spend
That's
400
not
hours on Quantum
Rainbow
Break.
Six Siege.
Oblivion is a massive.
Maybe
game.
I will, Drew. I don't know.
On Quantum, you're gonna spend 400 hours on Quantum
How many
Break.
times would you have to play the game?
Oh
All the way
my
through
god, like
to do
600.
Okay, how about a game you actually like love?
No.
Deus Ex.
No, Deus Ex is a little different because once you played the story and you kind of went through like the puzzles, the replay value is there for the multiple endings. But my
Yeah,
favorite
so-
game I've ever played is Skyrim. It came out in 2011. I'm at about 500 hours now.
Okay, well that's
been
an
about
RPG.
5 years
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
How many
That's
hours have you
open
spent
world
on Rainbow
RPG.
Six? How many hours have you spent on Siege?
Probably less than 100.
Or probably
Yeah.
maybe around 100.
Yeah.
Maybe around 100?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well...
And
That's
it's
not
actually
on
kind of
average.
embarrassing though because that came out like in December and it's April.
Yeah.
I played a fuck ton of that game.
Yeah, but it's on and off.
I think collectively
At the same
between
time.
all 3 games, I'd probably put it close.
But
to
RPG sense.
probably around 250 hours in Mass Effect.
Well, maybe the games I play are fucking longer than what you guys
probably.
No.
I think you just missed.
I think you just put
Estimate your
250 hours in
because
bullshit.
you can ask Drew how many hours he's played WoW, and it's
It's like
an insane amount
over.
of time. But it took him 7, 8, 9 years.
I've
to
been
do it.
playing since 2007,
9 years.
Yeah.
Guess who beat him before that?
and I have over.
This guy.
I have over 65 days played.
You have over 9,000.
Stop that.
I've been playing since 2004.
Whatever 65.
Yeah, but what's your
times
slash
24.
play?
So, basically what I'm getting at here...
I'll challenge you on Alex. That's stupid.
And like I said, I'm saying these things to challenge a point of view on purpose. So none of you think that there's a problem.
9 years of gameplay is 1,500.
So the general consensus that I'm picking up from the table is that there's nothing wrong with how much content is being placed into games these days. And
Nope.
how they don't.
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
Nope.
That's how I
I-
played WoW.
If it's a game that I thoroughly enjoy, why would I not pay money for a
days?
game that I thoroughly enjoy?
Yeah.
All the way through.
There's particular games that
I'm not being the big nerd, but there's a reason why. Like, I have not played WoW for like almost a year now, but I've seen the new expansion, and I'm like,
You got the
like
itch.
Here's-
I'm itching.
Here's all I'm saying.
It itches all of us, Pat.
I've got
Trust me, yeah, it looks good, doesn't it?
Every so often, I'm like,
It
"God,
looks good,
God, I
doesn't
wish
it?"
I could play WoW again."
I think it just
Wow.
depends.
It's bad. No, it's great.
I think it just depends on your gaming habits. I have over 30 games sitting on my shelf right now that
I
that
think-
have
I
not
think it
that have
works.
gone
I'm just
completely
saying
untouched.
400
Completely
hours,
untouched.
400 hours in an average game is totally ridiculous. It
I
took
s-
Drew 9 years to put 1,500 hours into WoW. 9 years.
I think it kind of boils down to not so much game types, but actual games themselves, like particular games.
Yeah.
There
I'm
are,
not- I'm
there
not
are
saying-
tons of games
I'm
that
not saying-
all of us are guilty of playing for 20 hours and then putting on the shelf
I'm-
forever.
I'm not saying that
you're like,
necessarily-
oh, why did I do that? Yeah.
I'm not necessarily
Binding
saying
of
game,
Isaac. That's my
the amount of time that
I played
you.
the shit out of that game one night.
I'm not saying the amount of time that you personally put into a video game. I'm saying what that particular video game has to offer as far as content goes.
It's
Think about
definitely
how
not
many
400
hours.
Well, how do you gauge a
How do-
multiplayer game? Because you could play a game like Halo or Call of Duty for hundreds of
Think,
hours.
have you guys never
So
read stories
multiplayer
about
games
people
is
just
awesome.
like going apeshit on Warcraft, or like even like I'm sure it's already happened on The Division or Final Fantasy XIV, where people have just gone hundreds and hundreds of hours in and still will never ever be able to complete every facet of the video game.
It depends on the lifespan
Never.
of the game.
And just
Considering
spends
that
all
it
day
took
with
somebody a
girlfriends and
week to get max level in both categories of the division, I disagree. Because there's nothing left to do after that. You did everything.
I'll tell you right now, the last game that I actually got hardcore, like, base, and I put a good amount of hours into, I know you've heard it before, but I've bought a couple games since then, but right now, Fallout 4 is still the game that I have, like, continuously
Generally,
gone back
it's
to.
gonna be an RPG.
Like,
An
I'm
RPG
level
is gonna be a
43.
game.
I'm level 43 right now in Fallout, and I'm halfway through the main storyline. I've just been doing... And I
Side
got...
quests, yeah.
Yeah, and I got the DLC, so obviously I'm distracted by that right now and everything like
But
that.
you've
and
also been able to
seriously-
play Street Fighter and the Final Fantasy beta
Yep,
and
I've been doing that, yeah.
Rocket League
Yeah.
and all these other games. Like
I guess I
these-
just don't have as much time as any of you fucks do.
I have probably the least
Neither do
amount
I.
of time out of
To be
all of
honest.
us. I have
I
to
get home.
raise a child
Yeah,
regularly.
he's
You
a
guys
ba- he has a-
sacrifice sleep though.
He has a baby and a wife and a job
And
that
I,
he has to go
I
to.
do sacrifice sleep to play video games.
Exactly.
But
I see. I don't.
The only time I really play
Because
Fallout
if I
hardcore is
didn't,
if I
I
have
would not
like
play
a
video
good amount of the day off.
if I didn't sacrifice my sleep, I would maybe get to play for 2 hours a week.
That's
Bam.
kind of where I'm at, really.
Yeah.
That's,
I decided to
Me too,
sacrifice
Josh.
sleep so I could get 6 hours. A week.
It's just really overwhelming to me that I keep buying video games every month and I'm still unable to really.
That's your
You're as
decision.
bad as me. No, it's okay.
I
Don't worry.
have stopped buying video games. I haven't bought a video game since The Division, and I don't intend to buy another video game for a long while.
Which, let's be
because
real here, that's not that far off.
Well, I'm just saying there's not another game in this year that's planned that I intend to buy.
No Man's Sky.
Is that
I don't have a
because?
PlayStation.
But isn't that because of the
PC.
Division?
I don't have a PC that could run that game.
Is that the reason? Disco though, is that the reason that you're not buying any more video games? Is because you're content with the one game
it's 'cause he
that
has
you
kids.
No,
bought?
it's because I don't have the money or the time to buy anymore. So if I was to buy those games, they'd go on my shelf and I wouldn't play.
I mean, I've heard you repeatedly say that you don't have time for like another MMO or like another video game. Now think about this. So there's so many MMOs that get released every year, all the time.
and most
so-
of them aren't good.
Well, but how
Just
many?
a point.
But how many people invest in those? It's just.
A
it's
lot
just.
of okay,
and-
thousands
and-
of people, but not millions.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, there's a lot of people that invest in those games, and so if it gets to a point where all you can do is invest and play and invest your time in one game,
Then you better pick a good game.
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Those MMO players are early adopters. They realize they don't hold a candle to Final Fantasy 14 or WoW, and then
Elder
they quit.
Scrolls.
You
It's awesome. It's still
alright?
around. I
You
love
alright,
it.
buddy?
Neverwinter.
Is that a cough?
Oh, I would-
Yeah, look how long I played Neverwinter for.
Yeah.
I would still play that.
I would still play that
I'm
game.
pretty sure I played that game for
We
7
would all
whole
play
days.
Neverwinter. I would jump on Neverwinter.
There-
Never picked it
these-
up.
Xbox.
These games with these
Patrick?
season passes and like these constant releases of content
Birthday.
and all of this
Birthday
stuff that you
presents.
can you just never run out of stuff to
Free
do.
birthday.
That is
Wait,
a
there's
good
a-
thing. That
how-
is the one redeeming quality of the video game industry anymore.
How many video game studios have closed in the last few years?
How many video games?
And why?
Okay, Sega. Sega isn't even a company anymore. They had consoles. They don't have a console. They rarely make games anymore. Like it happens.
They make bad Sonic games.
Blue Streak speeds by.
By
Companies
Sonic
go
the
under
Hedgehog.
in every industry of the world. You can't just assume that companies going under is going to cause the video game industry to go
No,
down.
I can't assume, but I can speculate. I mean, do you have hard facts?
The fact of the matter is that indie games are making a huge, just enormous jump in the industry right now. Enormous. companies like GameStop are talking about publishing games because GameStop is losing money because physical copies are going away. So they've decided to start publishing indie games to release only in their store. Indie games are becoming huge. So the fact the video game industry is not going under because these games are investing more time, or people are investing more times in these big name games. The fact of the matter is these big name companies are starting to reap what they sow.
Yeah.
And these indie companies are starting to take advantage of the fact that these games come out the same every 2 years, and they're releasing new games that are taking giant risks and
Super Meat Boy.
all kinds of games like
Video
that.
games like that. Galaxy,
Like,
the new one
yeah.
that came out for PSN.
Shovel Knight.
No, Shovel Knight's super good.
Binding of
Galaxy is
Isaac.
awesome.
These breakthrough games that are you're
Really
getting new
good.
gameplay
Like,
and new
hardcore,
experiences
really
rather
good.
than a new fucking Call of Duty or a Madden every fucking year. You know, the same rinse and repeat games we've seen over and over again.
In my opinion, if these big name companies go under, I think that's a benefit to the industry. I think that more indie games need to be releasing new games to push these big name companies into releasing quality content.
You want to hear
and not just releasing the same recycled garbage every year or 2 years.
You want to hear a hardcore thing that I will admit to? I would rather play Binding of Isaac for 24 hours than World of Warcraft for 24 hours.
There you
I've
go.
been playing that since day fucking...
that's such a hard statement. To
Really?
make.
Really?
Bonnie
For
and
me,
Isaac,
yeah.
wow.
Really?
For me, that's a subjective term.
Binding of Isaac is so much
Would
more
you play
rewarding.
Binding of Isaac over Fallout 4? Oh, okay.
I would.
Like,
Yeah, I know you would. That would count.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
It's subjective.
before
It's,
he died.
it's all
PvZ
subjective.
or Binding of Isaac?
PvZ.
Okay.
I think
I don't know both. I like them both.
Binding of Isaac is
It's subjective.
so rewarding.
I watched Drew
all
pour
the time.
hundreds of
Every
hours
game is
into Binding of
different.
Isaac,
That's what's
so.
awesome.
Yeah.
Every time I play, it's like, nope, this game sucks. And then when you get that one rewarding one where you're just OP as shit.
You're like, oh my
Like,
god.
I'm gonna kill everything. Yeah, I know. You know, we all know
I played
exactly.
Binding of Isaac.
I
I played it on PC and Xbox.
You play? Have you had an OP like status character?
There was
before?
one run where nothing could kill me. And
yeah, and you were
it
like,
was the best
let's
shit
go.
ever. I mean, the most rewarding thing ever.
Yes.
I just think that there's
Like,
some
erection for no reason.
Think-
Yep, let's go. I don't
think
even
about
care.
how many hours you have to invest in Street Fighter V to get perfect at a character.
Yeah.
How many hours
That
do you
has
have to
been
spend?
that way.
I don't
since
care.
Street
How
Fighter.
many hours
like
do you
playing
have
Street
to
Fighter.
spend in
That's
the
my thing.
division to get the best gear ever? I mean,
That I don't think
I don't
you
care.
Can, I don't think
Again,
you can put a time
I just like
frame
playing the
on
game. I don't
Whether
care.
you put a
I'm that
time
type of
frame
guy.
on it or not, if you enjoy the ride to get to that point,
Mhm.
what does it matter?
Yep,
that. Yeah.
exactly.
I'll agree with that.
I'm not the best Street Fighter character ever. I cannot do fucking like hardcore like arcade stick.
You're really bad at this, aren't
It's not my real diss.
Street Fighter has been that way since
No,
Street Fighter.
That's wait. I like playing the game. If I get my ass kicked, I'm like, I got my ass kicked.
you can't
That's
sit
all
here
the
and tell me that Street
Fighter.
Fighter V is like every other Street Fighter that came out ever, because that's
No.
definitely fucking
Well, it's not
not.
supposed to
Okay,
be.
so there's
But I'm just
different
saying.
aspects to it, but to be perfect at a character where no one can beat you when you play that character, it requires the same amount of time.
Yep.
I
Yes.
agree.
Yes.
Well, it depends on
Watch
whether or
me
not
play
you
it.
have an
I love
efficient
Ken.
training
I know all
mode.
of Ken's moves. Guess what? I'm still horrible at Ken technically. Like I get my ass kicked all the time. But I don't get mad. I just am like, I got my ass kicked because I did that stupid thing when I was supposed to do that stupid thing.
I just think that argument is going to spiral the video game industry out of control. I mean, not 5 years ago were we complaining about games not being long enough, and now we're going to complain about games being too long. Like, where is the happy medium that makes gamers happy?
I can see your point in that, but at the same time, it's like for somebody that, there's 3 games coming out next month. There's like fucking Uncharted and Doom, and then there's another game that's coming out next month, and it's just like I feel
Mirror's Edge.
Huh? Mirror's Edge. I feel so overwhelmed and Ratchet and Clank is out this month, and I still haven't gotten that. And
That just came out the other day.
I feel so overwhelmed sometimes with the amount of releases that are out there, and not enough time to really fully explore what they're capable of, because
That is a good problem.
the limits seem so out of reach.
I'll
and,
agree with that.
But to me, is it though? I mean, because like
Yeah.
I never feel like I
Think
get
back
anywhere.
to your Super Nintendo days when a game would release and you wouldn't have another game to play that was worth a shit for 6 to 10.
Super Mario Brothers.
Like 2
Takes
years.
10 minutes. Chrono
Exactly.
Trigger takes hours.
You play those other games that you haven't been able to play when there's a lull. And lulls happen frequently.
And that's why...
Especially a game like Ratchet
why
and
you rent
Clank,
games.
which is a single-player game. A game like Uncharted, which is a single-player game. Although I think they added multiplayer in this new one.
They did. Well, they've had multiplayer in Uncharted since 2.
Yeah.
Since
But,
2.
I mean, it is at its core a single-player game.
Yes.
Those games you do not need to buy on release. You can buy them and play them whenever you get a chance to play them. There are always lulls. Not this week in particular, in terms of console release games, there was like 5 games that released, and 3 of them were arcade games.
See, I kind of get what you're saying, Josh, because like if I'm playing the Division, sometimes I don't feel like just doing like the same mission I did like the last 5 days in a row because it's just like the same thing. But I also get that it's fun. The gameplay is a blast. But I can understand where if a game's gonna make you do the same missions over and over to grind gear for like 10 more points of armor, 10 more points of damage, it can get a little tedious.
That is an MMO at its core.
That is,
Yeah.
but I get what he's saying with how it's just like if a game's gonna do that and gonna make you play it over and over and over, it could detract from the time you have for other games. But if you do enjoy the gameplay,
That's
I can see
one of
it
those
being
things
worth
where
it.
you have to decide: do I want to be a player who can play the top level end game content, or do I just want to be a player who plays this game for fun?
Well, that makes
Fucking
sense.
casuals.
I'm a casual.
Casual scum.
I'll always be a casual World of Warcraft player. I don't give a shit about raids and everything.
I mean, you
Anyways,
do.
What are we at,
But
2 hours?
on Raid Finder did.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying for a person that spends almost
20
every
minutes
ounce of
podcast.
free time they have towards video games, sometimes, and I'm not saying this for all people, but sometimes I feel a little overwhelmed with the amount
What do you think
of
I get what you're
content that there is to play. And I don't know if development time is necessarily worth spending on quest after quest of just collecting minute experience and just not really getting much
Goddamn,
and
Tad,
getting
you're ruining
pointless
the
loot.
podcast.
No, he's
It
making
just
it better.
is it really worth it in the end?
I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's a personal decision to make.
I guess so.
Yeah, and Pat is...
It's not something that the video game industry needs to change. It's a decision that you need to make. You're becoming an adult. All of us are becoming adults where we have less time to play video games. An unfortunate, sad reality of becoming an adult.
I guess it is.
But you need to decide which games are worth your time. The game companies aren't going to decide that
We
for you.
can't use dialogue you're doing now.
I gotta say something before I know we're wrapping up. And I know I told a bunch of you guys, listeners, that I'm working on this survey for the Family Feud game that we're gonna play. I officially decided that we're going to do it during our half year anniversary.
I guess it would be
for
our
the podcast.
biannual. Would that... No. How would that be?
That would mean you did it twice a year.
26
Episode
episodes.
26.
Which is a half of a year because we do it weekly.
Yeah.
But I need your guys' help. If you guys continue to listen to the podcast, please send us a direct message saying that you want to be involved in the survey results.
Send Drew a direct message.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they don't necessarily have my name or access to my Facebook account. Send it to the page saying that you want to be involved in the survey. They'll get to me, and I'll send you the questions myself. And please send them back to my personal Facebook that I message you with. But I need these survey results so we can actually play. So in a couple weeks, you guys will be able to hear the fruits of our labor. And
We'll do a video on this.
We should.
yeah,
Show me dragon!
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
we can. I'm not gonna have a board or anything. You guys are just gonna have to.
Well, good commitment, Drew. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
God!
Well, I mean, if you guys want to
We
supply,
have something
if you guys want to
like,
supply a
ding!
board or anything,
That
I
was
can.
so awesome.
I can create sound effects. I can
Or
do all
green
that
Screen,
shit.
production
We'll
value.
get Steve Harvey involved.
This is a half-assed effort here.
That'd be so good.
Thanks for your honesty.
We have different teams this time, though.
But yeah, I'd
We are gonna
appreciate.
have different teams.
We can't be on the same team.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
sorry.
have
I'm
different
pretty
teams.
sure it was
Me and
Sean
you.
and you that shouldn't be on this.
It'll be the second time I'll play Hearthstone in my life.
Nope.
God damn it,
Nope.
Logan.
You're actually gonna play.
No phones.
I do need
Me and Josh
your
also
guys'
can't be on
survey
the same
results
team.
though. So if you guys want to be a part of the survey results, please message either me if you know me personally or the Facebook page, and I'll get those questions out to you. Anything helps. And thanks for supporting the podcast and
problem.
helping us make it great.
Yeah.
Always.
And also keep an eye out for Fresh Fridays. Josh is going to be having a new video for us every Friday for gameplays. We just released a video for Broforce, where Josh had some fun with that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I was obviously drunk, which I am every week.
What are you never?
We're so honest on the
Not a
podcast
problem.
tonight.
Yeah.
I was very drunk, so if you enjoy obnoxious drunk humor, then go check it out.
If you don't, then you're probably not listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Also, get ready in 3 weeks. We're working on it right now, but in 3 weeks, we will have our first End for Nostalgia episode coming out.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
excited to see that.
Somebody got a capture card.
Oh!
Just let you
You
know.
bought it? You finally got one.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And one other
Yeah.
thing is, for some giveaway, for some number of likes or whatever we do, we actually have a PC copy of Quantum Break.
Nice.
Oh.
Only if you have
Capture
Windows 10.
code
though.
or
Only if you have Windows
hard
10.
Who
copy?
the fuck doesn't have Windows
Is
10?
software-
Well, those people that are still running Windows 3.1 on their DOS
I was-
machines.
I was-
fuck them. I don't want them to win.
Wow.
You know what? I was running Windows 7
soon.
and I was perfectly happy with
Well,
it.
you're wrong,
Yeah.
too.
I was running Windows 7 too, and then it auto updated, and I was like,
Yeah, whatever.
I'm still running Windows 7.
And we should have a copy of
Alan Wake.
I believe.
Yeah, Alan Wake
American
American
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
We have a couple more game giveaways, too.
Yeah, this actual
For-
game.
Our
group.
first game
360?
giveaways. No, for Xbox One, these are the backwards compatible codes.
Oh, I want that. Just give that to me.
Well, you should,
Oh, yeah.
You can leave the group as friendly fire, and you can enter the
And then
contest.
you-
Done!
You're not allowed
Maybe
in
the
the
one
podcast.
gets
fired.
anymore after
It's
that.
done. I quit.
So I'll double check what games we have for sure for the codes.
Yeah,
We have
more
some-
more,
we have some
more,
game
more
giveaways
games
now.
to add to your collection that you'll never play through.
Yeah,
But then,
true.
yeah,
It's
but
138.
we will
instead
have
of 236.
we'll set the milestone probably next week. We'll have a set in stone like benchmark for when we're gonna release that. I would say probably 1,000 Instagram followers or 400 Facebook likes, but that's just me.
We'll have to see
Yeah.
the numbers and see what, because Quantum Break is not a cheap little throwaway game. It's a decent
Yeah.
game. It's a big game.
Yeah.
Let's set the bar.
Let's set
high.
the bar.
A
All right.
million.
A
Quantum Break
million.
could be
Yeah, a million followers.
I want 10,000 likes on the next
10,000
video.
likes in the next video.
That was boring.
And always,
it.
and as always with our giveaways,
All of them have to be for worth.
as always with our
All
giveaways,
10,000.
make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram to get 3 chances to win.
Yeah, it's the only way that you'll win, and we will know. We will know if you
We
don't
check.
do it. We
Tell your
check.
friends. Tell your brother. Tell your sister. Tell your parents.
Tell your dog.
Tell Santa Claus.
Tell your dog.
Hide your kids,
to tell
hide your wife.
your dog's friends.
That's good.
All right. So, well, I mean, if you guys know anything else,
Tell Matt Damon. He was in Omaha.
Yeah.
Matt
He
Damon
was.
was an Omaha.
Matt Damon was in Omaha, so we're gonna
Ooh,
find
big
Matt
highlight
Damon.
for Omaha.
We're
Yeah.
famous for
We're on the
stuff.
map now. Yeah.
We have a zoo.
Woo!
Matt
We have elephants and shit.
Damon.
Matt Damon. No.
Matt
My name is
Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt
No.
Damon. Matt Damon.
I'm a Matt Damon. No. Okay. This is Nate.
Oh, me?
Yeah. it's
I'm
you.
Josh. I'm drunk.
I'm fuck you, Sean. I mean Drew.
Yeah. Fuck you, Sean.
I'm Patrick.
I'm Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
You wish it, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I love your work in Team America.
And I'm Disco.
All right,
Love you guys.
See ya.
See you next week.
Bye.